up. That's the same MO, man.
So it's the same thing over and over again.
Back so one day gave us smallpox.
How you bring it down?
Right.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Make the same thing with the smallpox and the measles. That was bio.
That wind blowing. That's what it is. Set it off. Set it off. Set it off. We live.
All right, hey, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises and all glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Yahawah is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahawashi is the true name of His only begotten Son. There's no God beside Him. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, who proved well, who taught us this truth, who's very proud of Yahawashi, and honor and salutations to the elect document, who's working to share the truth. So we come in week in and week out, okay, as we have been through, our elders, okay, through the elder apostles on down to this very day. We've been prophesying the downfall of this place week in and week out, and now it's looking like the very end, man. And Yahawashi is so merciful that He still got His hand out, man. So long as we out here, He still has His hand out to take you people in, and shelter you during the midst of Jacob's trouble, which is about to crack off soon, man. So stuff you gotta take medicine.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6 says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near." They're rapidly shutting, man. So you're supposed to seek the Lord while He may be found. The scripture says, "Make no tarrying return to the Lord," man. Now, a lot of individuals that'll say, that know what we're saying up here, man, but they refuse to get right and full repentance to the Lord, man. That's something. Going in on 2 Ezra chapter 15. All right, this is 3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee."
Right, man. That's going into them damn elites, man. 2/3 of our own people, the heathen. Okay? Because, when we come out and prophesy the downfall of this place, right? These people want to hear smooth things, man. And let's not forget, they got it, I believe it's Rex 84. 6 weeks before martial law is declared, they want to come and snatch up the prophets, man. Right? But, Project Megiddo can't. So, but we don't let that get to us, man. Because the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. And through the knowledge, through these scriptures, we know that Yahawashi controls everything. Okay? So if Yahawashi says that's not going to happen, then guess what? It's not going to fucking happen, man. That's why you got to keep reading.
Verse 14, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness."
Right. That's why we got to have faith, man. Literally have faith or die, man. You literally have no choice but to have faith in Yahawashi, man. Because the scriptures say, without faith, it is impossible to please Him. And all unfaithful are going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. In order to even have faith, you got to understand what's going on. And a lot of these people don't even understand what's going on. Still don't even care, man. But that goes to show you that there's literally an angel out to stop them from listening, man. That goes to show you the power of the Lord, man. Because you got to be stupid as hell to see all this stuff going on, and you still not seeking shelter from Yahawashi, man. But a lot of these people are buying up guns, they're buying up ammo, and they're getting ready to fight carnally, man. But not knowing that safety is of the Lord. Okay? Go ahead.
He says, "For all the unfaithful."
Yeah, people got masks going out here, People stockpiling toilet tissue, stockpiling water, If they were smart, they'd get a head start on stockpiling canned goods, But it's going to be all of no avail anyway, man. Because safety is of the Lord, man. Matter of fact, you can jump to Ecclesiastes 9:11, right? Because Yahawashi is the one that controls everything, man. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 9, starting 11.
Psalms 125:1. They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. A little more. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. So that's just showing that our rest is in the Lord. Our trust is in Yahawah and doing all we could to stand favorable in that day. Because being set apart from this kingdom, being found holy, which means set apart from the ways of Babylon, its wickedness, its witchcraft, idolatry, adultery. That was 125.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Right? And so here it is, man, when it comes to surviving out here. Because all hell's going to break loose out here, man. You people panicking and nothing even really happened yet, man. But till it really goes down out here, man. Okay? Wait till it's the point where the scriptures say they shall be invading one another for lack of bread, man. Wait till it gets to that point, man. Then your eyes are really going to be panicking. But when it's survival of the fittest mode out here, that will survive. It's not going to be the quickest ones, man. Okay? The Usain Bolt, the ones that can run the fastest, you know, that's not going to matter in that day, man. Go ahead.
Hey, but I'm saying, speaking, man, and you got Jacob with it, man, a mask, you know, and you got their child wearing a mask as if that was going to protect them, you know, protect them from this coronavirus, man. Listen, man, the hell with this coronavirus, man. Okay? You got to focus on what's next and what they're doing during the time of your distraction, man. And the mask itself, when you looking it up and see how it works, the mask does not protect you from the virus. It protects you from giving the virus. So it's not protection. First of all, you can touch something. Eventually, when you touch something that has germs on it, that sickness, you take the mask off and you touch your face, it's going to go right into your cells. The mask is not preventing. I have to see if they were sick. If they were sick themselves and they don't want to give it to nobody, that's when you wear the mask, man. The protection comes up Yahawashi and BaHaSham, man. You got it now.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
Right. It's not to the battles to the strong either, man. The strongest man wins. You know, that's not true either, man. You know, straight muscle heads all up in the gym. You up in there for vain, man. Okay? What happened to somebody has a gun? They could blow the damn leg right off. Then all that muscle shit was in vain, man. Okay? So the battle's not given to the strongest ones either. The scriptures say, 7 women shall cleave unto one man. It's not the strongest man. The strongest man in the world. Okay? That's all vain, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 30 says that men shall be as women in that day, man. As a woman travailing.
Right.
I mean, they're going to be screaming, man. You got to picture that. A woman travailing a crowd, a woman that's having a baby, she's screaming, man. She's in a ball of pain, man. So that's how men going to be, man. Screaming out here. You're going to think it's a damn, and look at this guy, like, why you acting like a woman, my man? You know? Some of the men of the Lord, hey, they're going to laugh when destruction comes. That's Job 5th chapter. They're going to laugh when destruction comes. Proverbs, the Lord said he's going to laugh and mock you, man. So, hey, they see a strong, you know, muscular, tough UFC fighter, a soldier, green beret, top the line, screaming at the top of his lungs as if he was a female, man. Because these things are going to happen. You got to read it for you, right?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense because the scriptures say there's a time that one sick. Now you talk about a green beret, it's like you've been to war, even in training, you go through certain scenarios to where you don't crack under pressure. But the Lord said the time that's coming, it's going to be a time to where it's never seen upon earth. You can't, like Brother Hakim is going into, you can't train for something you've never seen before.
Exactly, because the Lord can have what they call it apparitions, spirits. Yeah, you tough soldier train, as you said, and here it is. You never trained to see him. You could be right there with an AK in his hand in the middle of the woods and shit keep going past and saying shit. You know?
This story culture.
You can't prepare for this, man. Only how to get prepared is you have the Lord's children, man. You know, those that seeking unto the Lord right now, man. You know?
All right, so back in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor
Yeah,
yet
all the wise guys out here, man. You know, who they think that you're extremely smart. You know, you mentioned on some Home Alone shit. You know how to set up gadgets within his house. You thought he had wisdom, man. No, you're not gonna survive off of that either, man.
Bug out back.
Yeah, bug out bats, man. Nobody's gonna survive out here except for the whole full left, man. You know, in the 1/3. Everybody else, everything you do in is vain, man. You're gonna fucking die, man. Okay? Because you were wicked as hell and you didn't want to repent. Alright? When Yahawashi was extending his hand out for you to come into his places, man. You didn't want to repent. Therefore, you buying all these guns, all this toilet tissue, but it's all in vain because you're gonna fucking die, man. You niggas ain't gonna make it out of here, man. You know, you don't understand that shit, man. You know, so you trust in your speed, your carnalness, man. You know, you trusting in your own wits, man, but it's all in vain. Finish it up.
It says, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. What time
and men of skill as well, man. Matter of fact, at the end of Black Summer, you know, when that shit was going down, you could have a dude, an army dude, take niggas out, man, one by one, easily, because he got skill. Your skill ain't gonna save you in that day either, man. That's why Yahawashi is gonna make sure that all you niggas get your due rewards, man. You can't fight against the angels setting things up in spirit for your ass to die, man.
it says, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
That's right, man. And who controls that? Yahawashi. Okay? You can jump back to second edges before we got something.
Yeah, I got some. What would you read in second language?
Second edges 15.
I got nothing. This is second edges, chapter 9. I start at 1.
Matter of fact, you can just,
9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest marks of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Hey, and measuring the time is looking like this Lord willing be it, man. You know, we say Lord willing, you know, in hopes that it is, man. You know, him and everything. Okay? And my pop told me, you know, for long as he's been living, he never seen America this bad, man. Okay? So that's how you know that this the Lord willing be it. Another thing, Esau taking away money, man. He's losing money. And knowing how greedy Esau is, it got to be something up his sleeve, man. Esau not just going to give out money like that, man. You know, all the billions of dollars he's going to lose in the entertainment industry. Right? No more basketball games, no more NCAA, no more concerts, no more Broadway. Okay? No more others. They're filming Family Feud and these different game shows without an audience, man. Esau's not one to be losing money, man. He's the greediest nation on earth, man. All right, so therefore he has to have something up his sleeve. What's up his sleeve, man? The next currency, man. He's getting ready to go, man, because he got his 5G set up. Ever since 5G set up, shit. Matter of fact, the week after 5G was set up was the false flag attack, man. You know,
September. Now September.
A lot of people saying that. The 5G is one of those
fire
side effects
point.
is what's making people.
Coronavirus right
That's it. That's the fire point and shit.
that shit gonna jack you up, man. How you really think you're gonna perform that, man? That's gonna give people all different types of cancer and shit, man. But here it is, measuring the times. We see that he's ready to go. The 5G is here. He already got his Amazon Go store set up, so he's ready to get rid of his cash, man. He's ready to form his enterprise, man.
at Beijing, China, quarantining their own notes, their federal notes, man, their dollar bills. They was also burning it, saying that the money is contagious. So this is a worldwide thing, man. And BaHaSham, I'm gonna put you precept because this chick is worldwide, man. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to trouble them that dwell upon the earth. You know, and that hour of temptation is that mark of the beast, man, which is the RFID microchip. As the brother getting into, you know, this is what it's about. This is what the whole New World Order is all about. Their main goal is to change the way of how we live according to a one world government, a one world army. Don't forget about the UN, okay? And you might even see them this week within this period with people not in school, people not at work. You never know. It's something to speculate and to think about, man. Really, coming back into Yahawashi and asking for refuge, man, protection, man. But that hour of temptation is going to be across all the like this coronavirus is spread throughout all the world, man.
That's right. And, yo, Esau's gonna make these people feel it, man. You know? Because here it is, he's talking about how he's shutting everything down, and what's next is that people are gonna have to stay in their homes for like 4 weeks, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months. The news article just came out saying get ready to stay home for about 3 months, man. So Esau is gonna really make these people feel it, so they're gonna be looking for that next solution, man. You know, they're gonna be looking to want to get rations and get out of the crazy situation that they're in, man. And then guess what? They're gonna put the RFID chip onto you, which is the next mark of the beast, which is the next citizenship.
No, my bad. Already. I want to say, I don't know the guy's name, but the quote, man, you never let a good price go to waste. God said that, but he
said never let a good price go to waste.
so you think they're going to let you go to waste while he drops at home?
Right.
Nah.
This is it.
Never trust our enemy for like an iron rust off his wickedness, man.
This time too is a good opportunity for them to push that. So much commotion going on too, and they dumbing the people down with that 5G going back to the frying their brains. So this right here is the perfect time for Esau to try that.
So next time you see that this is it, man. You know, they're talking about burning the money, okay? And the 5G is already set up. This is it, man. They're ready to try to perform an enterprise, but we know that they're going to be disappointed in that, man. Because that's when Yahawashi is going to return as well.
Another thing too, remember Trump said the quiet before the storm? Calm before the storm?
Yeah, looking that up. I was saying that came out in the article came out, I think in 2017, like the beginning of 2017, man. You know, then we know Esau, but he a lot of times in the past, but just as Project Megiddo and his Red 84, that's still not, you know what I'm saying, that's still not negated, man. Esau's still trying to put that in the right. I mean, he's still trying to put that in fruition. Okay?
Alright, so back in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 4, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
So you can say that because each thing, we got to, you know, go into each thing. That's what's coming, man.
This is the year of prophecy.
That's right. That's right.
It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Right. And don't you see them plagues coming, man? Okay? So we know the plagues are going to be here, and they're going to get worse, man. People panicking, and they, yo, this is the time that the earth has never seen before since there was a nation, man. People panicking, and still a lot more plagues to come, man. Thus saith the Lord, man.
Hey, that 5G that's killing the people in China, in America as well, it's a plague of BaHaSham, Yahawashi. The Most High deals with the body, man. All right, He created us, man. Okay, He created us. The Most High, scriptures say He belongs to the issue of death, man. So when a certain radiation you come in contact with, gets within your cells and starts to destroy your body from the inside out and make you sick, really, death. That's a plague, man. You know, that's what Yahawashi. The Lord uses the creatures as His will. Esau, we understand that Esau is the so-called white man, and he is a whooping stick. He is the sons of the wicked, man. That the Lord used him to whip the Israelites back into the Most High to punish you, man. This was a punishment for us, man. Being in this godforsaken Babylon the Great, man. All right, which is known as America, man. Babylon the Great means great confusion. You can't tell me that this America is not a ball of great confusion, man.
Hell yeah, it is.
You know, now I saw watching a YouTube video, I saw a commercial where they got commercials on ads and pushing what's the woman shit? Feminists. I said, what the fuck? Normally that's just a group or party, but they got commercials now saying, you know, feminists is a thing we need to talk about. This is a paid, legit commercial. So this is a ball of confusion, man. You set up people to worship the Baphomet. They got a Baphomet statue. You know, it's full of witchcraft, man, trickery and lies, deception. Like, this place is wicked, man. You know?
You know Psalm 17:13 Esau, man? Because, hey, people can't forget about the when it said the pestilence, there's a whole pestilence warehouse, man. It's called the CDC.
This is Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thou sword.
See? So the wicked is the Most High sword, man. That's why we call him the wicked thing. Now, who's the wicked? Of course, you should already know by now, it's a so-called white man, Esau Edom, man. Okay? That is the wicked. So who owns the CDC? Esau, the so-called white man. But really, that's all set up through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, man. Hey, they're actually doing Yahawashi will. So guess what? That's where your more pestilences are going to come from, man. They got the Ebola virus in there. You know, you name it, man. They got the H1N1. They got all different types of diseases. Shit we never even heard of, man. Shit that'll just jack you up. They can spray it in through the jets, you know. So you're gonna feel it when Yahawashi said it's gonna be a time that the earth has never seen before, man. And pestilence is definitely gonna play a big part. All them pestilences in the CDC, they're gonna let it out on you people, man. Ain't gonna be a mask in the world that can save your ass, man. With the pestilences that Esau got up in there. He's the fucking wicked, man, which is the most high sword. And it's gonna come and put it upon all you people. Because all you people are wicked as fuck, man. You know, scripture say that there shall be many more that will perish. There shall be saved, man. Because not a lot of people are humble out here, man. Not a lot of people are actually brotherly out here.
I'll finish it up. I'll read it again. This is Psalms chapter 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thou hand, O Lord Yahawah.
See, when you got your hand, don't be able to smack your kid's ass, man, or whatever the fuck, man. You whip your fucking ass with your hand sometimes, man. See your hand get numb. And that's what Esau is. He's only the hand the whole time. With guys, man. You know, and then who's the Lord's mouth? Us, man. Okay? So once we out of here, Esau gonna start smacking you dudes up in the spirit, man. Through Yahawashi.
It says from men of the world.
And see, another thing too is Esau get up beside himself, man. You know, Esau think that he did it by his own power. See, when we come out here through the spirit power, Yahawashi, we humbly, you know, we come out here humbly, man. Humbly. Knowing that we can be replaced easily, man. We don't get puffed up and say, oh, this is, you know, we doing this of our own will. Just look, to kick our ass out of here and bring somebody else in here the next day, man. But Esau, oh no, I did this of myself, man. So that's why he went off at, and that's why his ass is going to be destroyed, man.
It's a problem.
That's right.
It says, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest, thou hid treasures. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thou face in righteousness.
You see, that's all you so-called white people out here. Okay? Your forefathers left all the substance unto you. So now you're found red-handed, man. And that's why you people are going to be destroyed out here too, as well, man. None of you so-called white people are innocent, man. You're actually Edomites, right? And you got the treasures of the Israelites, man. So therefore, you got to pay for that, man.
It says, as for me, which is King David saying, as for me, I will behold thou face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness.
This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 7. Their land also is full of silver and gold. Neither is there any end to their treasures. Their land is also full of horses. Neither is there any end to their chariots. Their land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. And the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore forgive them not. You know, and these other false deities, man, that these people subscribe to. They are Babylon, man. You know, okay? This is Esau's portion, man. Okay? And 2/3, man. Okay? The 2/3 is their portion, man, because they have joy in this world, man. Okay? They take these deities, man, and they bow down to it, man. So the scripture said, forgive them not. Right? Read it on. Right? Verse 10. Enter into the rock. Hide thee in the dust for the fear of Yahawah, for the glory of his majesty. You know, and you people are going to deem to be faithless, man. So this is why you're going to hide in the rock and have to want the rocks to fall upon you, to hide you from the glory of the Lord, man. Okay, when he makes his return, man. Because you know that you're not going to be in good standing at the end of the day, man. All right? Real quick, right? It says, Isaiah chapter 2, verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
Hey, now I say this too. This is what that haughty look. Can you read that again? Shut up.
Isaiah 22 verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled.
Lofty, somebody look that up. Lofty look. Yeah. You know, this is the lofty look of a man shall be humbled. Because niggas walk around here proud as this nigga shit, man. You know, that like nothing gonna touch them, man. But wait till the Lord allow these Edomites to. This is the start of seeing with eyesight of military soldiers on your block, man. The look is gonna be humble, man. You know, it's gonna be humble, man. Because you're gonna be thinking, what the fuck is going on? They can't do this. So be big and bad against one of their Esau's mighty men, man. All right.
Loft, exalted of high rank, his mighty men, just like the brother said, with a high purpose.
And that rap music make these niggas have those awesome looks. Act like you up some type of high rank. Yo, hold on, bro. Like niggas, you know, like like you know what I'm saying? That's the niggas, man.
Hey, you got people that listen to them, that trying to follow them, man. They take on that demonic spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that jump out of a damn hookie, you know, and listen to Rick Ross, man. He think he doing it like Rick Ross, man. And he take on that whole spirit, man.
You can see the spirit in niggas when, you know, and sometimes they get brothers. But brothers know how to channel and turn it off. You're listening to the music, then when you about to pull up, you about to go in the store, get out. And you go, oh shit. You know, it's like the music got to put in that spirit. And then when you pull up and your music still playing, you turn the car and you get out with that stride, that spirit. That music be on you, man. You gotta refresh now, you refresh your page, you gotta you know, get that shit off you, man. Because the music carries spirits, man. Go ahead,
yeah, right? This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down.
Hey, because that's how you're supposed to be anyway, man. Ain't you? That's what the scriptures say. You're supposed to be humble anyway, man. So you don't want to make the Lord make yours. That's what you ain't gonna like, okay? And that's what's coming to this place, man. Because niggas don't know how to be humble on their fucking own, man. Okay? So now the Lord got to do it for you, man. How he gonna do it for you? Through these pestilences, man. Through the sword. Through Esau putting his foot in your goddamn ass, man. Through the fear. Now you guys going. Some people gotta be learn how to be humble the hard way. Okay? Some kids need more ass whoopers than other ones, man.
Hey, real quick, man. It's even to the point like they still not taking this serious. Here it is, you in a whole state of emergency. Right. Here it is, they making songs out of the coronavirus. I'll show y'all brothers later. You know what I'm saying? They making memes out of the shit. You know what I mean? Like skits. Everybody got a joke. You know what I mean? And like the shit don't get real until I hit the front door, man. Once the Lord bring the drama to your front door, then people gonna want to panic. You got people's 401ks getting touched. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Some guy on the job, it is 50 grand in a week. You know what I'm saying? The last collapse, you know, back in 08, he lost 35 grand, and he said it took 2 years to get 35 grand back. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, ain't no balm for America's pain, man. You're not gonna get that 50 grand back. He's not getting that 50 grand back, man. See, people think, you got a lot of these investors out there, you know, you got a lot of these people that invest in stocks. They think, I mean, once you have some type of financial literacy, this is when the wealthy gets wealthier, you know, in the state of a collapse. So they think they about to rake in dough. You know, they walking around with their chin up, you know what I'm saying, in this economic collapse because they know how to get that much more rich in this particular time. But the Lord is bringing a stop to all that madness, man. You know, once it collapses, it ain't no coming back, man. Right. And the scriptures tell us that. This is why we got leverage over society. This is why we got leverage even over the elites, man. You know? Because we got the truth. They don't, man. We got leverage over these what you call billionaires, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Jeff Bezos of the world. You know what I'm saying? We got leverage over them, man. Because why we
Hey, you wait for us to turn the page, man.
Yeah.
And let you know what the business is, man.
Yeah.
You know? And Jake, man, Jake is just going through the motions right now. He's smiling and with memes and making rap songs, stuff like that. But quickly, very quickly, okay, he is going to change the narrative to you, Jakes, man. okay? And it's gonna be mistakes, man, okay? Because it's gonna be a recompense from the Lord, man. You know?
Hey, real quick about this money, man. You gotta go, you gotta
I was gonna say you got that show called Billions. That show, you should check that out.
God.
And it shows you how you got this one guy. He's basically the top devil. He's basically like a
Hedge fund manager.
hedge fund manager.
Yeah, he's a hedge fund, yeah, he's a hedge fund.
And the reason why he makes so much money is about the show that they always a person is doing the move as far as you might move their stocks here. They go to him to be like, oh, you know, what should you do? You know, so they drop. Yeah, they got the prior to everything going down. You know, and that's one into you know how they got that pride because you feel like you have certain people that really specialize in stocks and bonds and all that.
Stop are manipulated. I'm saying like was it turn the machines back on? I'm saying stocks are manipulated. People, the powers that be, here it is, they control it. So they're able to identify what's going to be a great stock to invest in and what's not going to be a great stock to invest in. Case example, that nigga Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? When he invested in Under Armour, that was a gem that he got from them elites, man. You know what I'm saying? And it made him millions of dollars. So they got people in position that's able to tell you what to invest in and what not to invest in. Even when Bitcoin, was on the rise. If you had out to Bitcoin back in like 2012, 2013, you know what I'm saying, and you put your money in it, good 3-4 years later, you're able to cash out, man. You know, you get a good return on your investment. So like, as long as you're in that particular circle, you're able to come up on the society. You know what I'm saying? But even to get part of that circle, you know what I mean? And it ain't cheap. You know, it ain't cheap. And the Lord is going to humble all those lofty looks of those individuals who feel like they're in a position of power to make those certain moves, man.
You can't continue to manipulate a single shit, man.
Exactly.
You know, and when that show goes into a lot of inside trading. Okay, there's a lot of inside trading that does go on, man. Where they would get a tip, or they would be able to manipulate the market, and then when they have everybody thinking the market's gonna go one way, they go short on it. They go long, they go short. You know, and that's how they make their money. You know, so it's a shrewd tactic that EE has been using, and a lot of people, this is how EE trickles down the wealth. They get on a little tip. They have a basic Edomite that might have a tip from a family member that's linked in, man, and they get onto that tip, man. You know, this is how they generate their wealth, man. The time has come to an end now, man. You know, because now you got all of these sectors of business shutting down. Okay, tourism gonna take a big hit. Okay, right now you can get a dirt cheap airline flight. You know what I'm saying? Dirt cheap, man. You know, right? The airline business is taking a hit. New York City is gonna take a hit as far as with tourism because the majority of the tourists down there are from Europe. So now they shut the travel down. Okay, Broadway is dark. It's dark. Okay, no more Broadway shows. Okay, and these people think it's only going to go on for a couple of weeks, and they think they can sit back on whatever sick pay they're able to get or whatever compensation they get for those days, but it's going to continue on further than that, man. You see? Okay, so you people, hey, a lot of you sectors, man, you might as well just hang it up, man, because by the time this happens, a lot of other businesses are going to have to file for bankruptcy, man, because a lot of these businesses that are set up, man, cannot sustain that type of hit, man, for so long, man. See? So now it's going to be a trickle down effect, man. Yep. Okay? And I told you, keep on telling people about that 401k, man. Get your money out of that 401k, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
There was a couple of guys I watched, and just for information, they were saying that this is basically a reset for the currency. You know, bankruptcy, get out of this debt, and then trillions of dollars in. And that this new way of going to live, man, I can't wait. I don't be ahead of myself, because we don't know what the Lord is going to actually do, but we pray that the Lord allow these Edomites to start forcing and bringing in the mark of the beast, this new way of currency. We already got Amazon, start getting these people to take the chance, you know, because what it is, these things have to play out according to prophecy. People may say we're crazy, but the scriptures say we're fools for Yahawashi. So when these things play out, it's scary. It's going to be hard. Okay, but still, we have faith in the Lord, and we know that when you do this, you're forcing the Lord to do something, man. You're forcing the Lord to make his move, man. And as you said on the comic board, chess move, man. You know, this is chess. Salakia, I'm keep going, but Revelations 12 and 12.
Oh, I got it right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So with that being read, you understand that these Edomites know that they have but a short time. All right, so they're going to come down having great wrath. Now the thing, the question is, what is they know to let them know that they have but a short time? You know, I believe they're seeing things outside of the earth, seeing the chariots and things of that nature, or it could be anything.
Well, that's proof though, because they see the UFO, the chariot sightings, so that's proof right there.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's for them to know. And that they're going to know that they have a short time, so they're going to have to rush this thing in, man. Let's give me that again.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is but a short time.
Hey, that's all due to this force of the RFID light, which they're going to bring, man, which is the mark of the beast, man. Then leading up to World War III, you know? So when they do these things, it's going to force the Lord to make a move, man. That chip, right, is very important, the RFID chip, which is radio frequency identification chip, because it hijacks your brain waves, man. You talk about, well, there's talks about how the 5G is manipulated with the chemtrails being sprayed with metals going into your cells every day, and with their satellite, they can control the frequencies of the satellites to push out radiation, man. All right, so yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, say something.
Even getting on the money, that's also prophesied, right? This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all that they bear silver are cut off. You know what I'm saying? In Magtesh, that was the city in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? To where all the merchant people had met up, you know, where they would pretty much have a little bar going on. Or what? The silver was cut off. You know? So what? The same thing is going to happen on the soils of America, man. The Lord, that's why the scriptures also say, riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. You know, because we possess something that the world can't buy, and that's faith, man. You know, faith is a gift. You know, if someone gives you a gift, is that something you paid for? No, it was given to you freely. You know, like they got that, like that wicked holiday called Christmas. You know, when you were young, you received gifts. You didn't have to pay for it. That's what the Heavenly Father gives us. The Heavenly Father gave us the gift of faith. You know, and here it is. It was given to us freely. We just have to work in order to keep it. You know, which is this work.
Yeah, it came back to me real quick. The chip is it hijacks your brain waves. This chip is a new form of identity. It's a new form of currency, man. All right, with this chip, it can also GPS you and track you wherever you at in the world. You know, so really, this is the time Esau is really challenging the Heavenly Father, because they're going to sit in the seat in the temple of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, Esau want to be as if they're the Most High. You know, so what you got?
About
I can't hear you. I ain't got no change. All the change right here.
So
I
just started the
right here. This is the change. This really was going to bring
Thank you, brother.
But go ahead.
Yeah, just to land back on the point the brothers was making about the insiders. If you look at in 2019, 2020, you see that these top CEOs, like thousands of CEOs, thousands of CEOs have dropped out of their CEO position. They stepped down from being the chief executive officer, and that includes Boeing, Google, shit like David's Bridal, fucking Armor as well. So it shows that when the scriptures say in Revelation 12 and 12 that they know that they have but a short time, the elites and these lower level elites definitely know something go down. Because not that many CEOs have dropped out since, I believe, 2008, that it was like 1,000 something. Now it's like up to 1,200 CEOs that have stepped down. So clearly they know something's up.
I mean, why is everybody moving out of the country? Why is everybody moving out of the country over there in New Zealand and buying real estate pay to build underground bunkers, man. You know, celebrities are buying underground bunkers, man.
He invested.
Yeah.
Hey, and I believe a lot of these, celebrities, they get a little intel too on the left-hand side, man. 'Cause I remember NBA YoungBoy, 2 years ago, he sang that song, 2020 we all gonna die. Not saying he know the sign, but he might get a little bit more
crazy.
from Satan, man.
It's
You know?
crazy.
And now the coronavirus is here, man. Kodak Black said that shit. About pretty much 2020, all hell gonna break loose. But pretty much what's happening also is, people speaking on cash. Once that cash is done away with, man, they gonna let your ass feel it. Okay? Then that's when they're gonna release that chip in, man. And it's a couple movies for you to see notification on that. What happened to Monday? Each checkpoint, they're gonna scan you. And when they scan your damn hand, who you is gonna come up. That's Esau's future, man. You know? Another one was the brother speaking about it's gonna control you. Kingsman, man. They turned up the frequencies for your brain and everybody got aggressive, man. Okay? And another one, man, Troy and Candidate, they're gonna be able to delete certain memories, man. So you ain't gonna be you no more, man. Once you take that RFID chip, man. And then Esau's gonna send in his new stores. Once he tries to open back his stores, the only way you're gonna be able to go in them shit is if you got that chip. You're gonna have to get the chip to reassert yourself here in America, man, to get your new American citizenship, man. You know? And that's what we're gonna crack off, man. And Yahawashi gonna come in this rap, man.
Yeah, I want to land back on what the brother was talking about. We were saying that the CEOs, how many was it?
Over 1,100, almost 1,200.
Yeah, and with a lot of with the CEOs is that a lot of the stock that they have within the companies is part of the package. So now they have to be a regular citizen to be able to sell up their stock. So they have to step down from being the CEO to be able to sell off the stock. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have the stock market dropping even more now, because you have the heads of these top 500 Fortune countries that are stepping down as CEOs and buying and selling off their stock, man. You see, this is what's going on because they already got the word already. They already know what's going on, man. You see, this is that time that we're coming in, man. There's no recovery, man. The stock market, the same thing that happened in 2008, when the stock market was acting erratically. Up 1,000, down 2,000, up 3,000, up down 700. That's how it was when the crash came in 2008. Man. You know what I'm saying? And how soon people forget. You know what I'm saying? So now we know that we're in the time now, so where the stock market is about to crash again because it's doing the erratic swings, man, from day to day, man. You see? So you were saying Matthew 15?
Right. There's second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world."
Right, which is coming, man. Right?
Word.
Yeah, curses is coming, man. Somebody knows the definition of the word curse. So a lot of people that's a stumbling block into as far as the game as we is. Right?
It says, "The sword, famine."
Hey, famine, that's the spirit. I was just talking with this brother about famine. Ain't no telling, within these 2 weeks that everybody's laid off home, chilling, having a good time, drinking and relaxing, ain't no dick going to work. But guess what? Who to say, that these truckers are refill these supermarkets? This could damn near possibly be the crash of the dollar bill. Famine is going to come. And they prepared. It's possible they can be prepared for it, man, and try to control the people as much as they can. That's why I said it's possible that, with this going on, they could be easing in those troops into their stations, or they probably already did. But then you might start seeing tankers and things of that nature. Then you got people with cameras, man. So wherever you at and you see them, people going to record and say, what's going on? What's this about? And it's going to get wind. So this is possible, man.
You got a certain portion that's already empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, now they mentioned too, these elites, they've been taking them food and storing it in their little bunkers, man. Going into the caves of the mountains, man. What's that?
Amos 9-2.
Noah's Ark, what they call it, Noah's Ark. That shit, I think it's under the
Yeah, just like the brother was saying, man. And I believe, like, hey, you got top of the actors like Tom Hanks, man. I think he went to a bunker, man. Okay? He's automatically now he's somewhere in Australia now. Okay? Trying to go to like a country where there's no friend, and claiming that he has the virus, man. He's jumped up the face of the earth, man.
Hey, Kobe probably in a bunker too, man. He can't just disappear. You know what I'm saying? You know what happened to Kobe? Nigga probably faked the nigga in the bunker, get in the bunker ready. A lot of them bunkers got links too, man, where they can actually fit. So they think that they in a good case, man. Well, you can bring that scripture out. Because, hey, the brother said, the scripture said that famines are coming here, man. But what happens when the famine comes? What?
It says Exodus 15 and 15. For the sword that destruction from God, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword.
And that's your race wars, man. Hey, the Moabites are they're ganging up together, man. They're looking out for each other, man. The Amalekites before the Moabites was ganging up together, because a lot of Judites was beating them up for no reason, man. You know, allegedly, man. And then they started buying guns, and now they tight. And now the Moabites, they getting tight, man. You know, because they see that that they're being got new niggas, man.
Yeah, this brother put up a video of the monkeys. I saw
Oh man.
Even the monkeys. Because I guess within that city they didn't have the food out and things like that.
That's funny. That's funny shit.
Now these monkeys are fighting each other because they're not being spoiled by the food of the humans, the people that have it. So now any little piece of food, they go wilding on each other. All them little ones.
Little ones.
It's some type. It's
damn. Anyway, but the monkeys is bucking, man, and that's exactly how people gonna be, man.
That's an experiment. Ain't nothing but an experiment. They've been experimenting on you niggas on Black Friday. And seeing how y'all go crazy over electronics. How much more for survival when it comes to water? Hey, somebody at a Sam's Club got stabbed over a water.
With a broken wine bottle.
Broken wine got stabbed over a water, man.
Going out the stretcher for him, man. It's gonna be, hey, that's coming on a grand scale, man. And we gonna laugh at that shit, man. Because you niggas deserve it, man. It's a lot of so-called that deserve that shit, man. Go ahead up.
It says, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Oh yeah, and going back into the Moabites, man, here it is. We know we have to when Moab got closed shop, man. This was relying on Moab for a cheap meal. And here it is, they lost 60% of their profit, man. You know? So that's like you're getting $100 a week. $100 a week. You lose 60% where you was relying on that $100 every week. Now you're only getting $40 a week, man. That's a huge cut, man. You know, you can't survive off of that. So now they're just making, just enough to keep their doors open, man. But now guess what? A lot of them are shutting down, man. For years and years and decades of being open, man. A lot of them are shutting down. So that's how you know we at the end, man. A lot of these businesses are closing. A lot of people losing money. You know? So hey, that's good for this place, man. And we can give a fuck less.
We got this Ishmael right around the corner from my crib. Crown fried chicken. Shut down the front. One day it was here, the next day it wasn't here. Ordered up and everything. And it's in the hood, like it's a bunch of Jake, you know what I'm saying? Northern and Southern, you know what I'm saying? And it's those constantly getting, there was no reason for them to really shut down, but the owner knew something that the rest of the people didn't.
Making your money for us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time for y'all to go home. That'd be the best bet that you tell y'all to pack up and go home, man. You know, but you heathens are so damn greedy that you don't get him and get the plagues of Babylon, man, right? You know, instead of you Moabites telling you arming yourselves and trying to hold your little mom and pop shops together, you know what I'm saying? You should be packing up and going back home, man. You know? See?
Now, it says, up to fight against another and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not guard kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, so they're gonna be invading one another, man. Why is that? Because of lack of bread, man. You know, as a brother just read at the beginning of 2 Kings 15, man. So when that lack of bread comes, right, you're gonna have to be on the lookout because neighbors gonna try and be in your house, man. You in the project, I don't know what you gonna do, man. You done, man. You in the fucking project. But you know, those that live amongst another, your neighbors gonna be all up in your house, man. Oh, and I believe it was the elders last night in Texas, man, who mentioned down there in the walls, man. When Jake went up to their Edomite neighbors for help, they pointed guns at them, man. He said he never expect that from his neighbors, man. But that's what's man, because of lack of fucking bread, man. It's gonna get real out here, man. And we can't wait for these times, man. Brothers been saying that. You got somebody on the comment board talking about, but what's wrong with you, man? You know, you actually want this plague to spread? And the answer is hell yeah, nigga. Yeah, we're saying our kingdom to say that this place is not our rest, right? So hey, don't get scared now, man. Keep pushing this word, man. All unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. We're gonna continue to have a faithful prophesy the downfall of this bitch, man.
To say the love of many shall wax cold. That's right. I would want to show love. Everybody show love with a debt. You know what I'm saying? Now people,
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? The love of many's waxing cold, man. And I'm gonna keep it real. Earlier today, a little kid. You know what I'm saying? It happened. It seems as though his key was stuck in his mailbox, where he was able to get his mailbox. He was like, "Hey, can you please help me? I can't get my key out of my mailbox. Me and my father was trying to help, trying to get it out, but we can't get it out." I'm like, "Oh, you gonna have to call maintenance." You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a virus, motherfucker. Anything. You could be Satan's little agent, man. Like, good, man. But I just kept it moving. I'm like, your father couldn't help you, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Famine possibly when it be a famine, it's going to bring forth the race war. Yeah. Because the first thing Jake can't get the food, they're going to go right to Edom. Edom got all the goddamn food. They're storing it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're ready and they're not hesitant, all right, in shooting Jake's down. But Jake got all his compassion. You know, Esau want to be accepted and love Esau. Esau don't love you. And in a time like this, they're not going to hesitate. They're not going to think twice. This is not Netflix TV series, man. You know, certain shows you see. This is going to be reality. We're going to show their true colors, man.
Hey, I can get a Proverbs 21:31, man, because here it is, man. You know.
Gotta repeat somebody get that. Ezekiel 4:16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. That's what we're seeing right now with the aisles being cleared out. You go to the supermarket, the shit only stores about 3 days of food until the trucks come again. But if there's a nationwide shutdown, nationwide quarantine, that's it. You see how aisles get cleared out in a day.
Oh, read that. Oh yeah, because hey man, the famine actually is here, man. The woman showed the doc, and she said them shit usually be stacked up to the fucking sky, man. They had 3 stacks, man. Okay? She said, look at this part. This part usually be filled up all the way up. It was empty, man.
What port was that? Y'all know, y'all brothers know what port? Probably Elizabeth for North, right? Yeah.
It looked like something about local,
Yeah.
you know. But like I said, all the ports are normally like that type of operation, man. You know, and like the brother was saying, man, the containers were built up as tall as buildings normally.
Nah, they're stacked up there. She's right. She's right.
Out full. There was nothing. There was no kind of action really going on. Okay, she's walking through a whole area where it was normally containers that were built up. She walked right through. So he was already killing multiple birds with one stone, man, which is a CB, man. So he can go either way with this whole thing, man. It's causing that trickle down.
I used to have a job too. Where I used to work at. Well, I quit or whatever. But they used to deal with Mar Terminals. Mar Terminals is down at Port North. And that was the biggest company that company dealt with, down Port North.
Hey, it's about 2 more weeks of food left, man. Lord willing. All right? With all these doctors that's drying up, man, all right? The trucks is going to keep refilling it only a couple more times, man. And then that's it, man. It's going to be a famine, right? Hey, Lord willing, we only got a couple more times again, man. Then we're going to be seeing each other in the kingdom, all right? All praise and glory to Yahawashi, man. You can read that out.
Proverbs 21:31. The horse is prepared against the day of battle.
Right, so the horses are prepared against the day of battle, man. The horses are already prepared, man. Okay? I like to think, with that scripture, I like to think of Gad, man. Because Gad, when they were to war with each other, they painted the horses, man. They put the, that warrior spirit upon them. Yep, the girdles on them. You think in ancient Rome or something, they put the metal on them, right? So the horses is prepared. We just waiting for the chief to say, attack them, man. And then that's all hell's gonna break loose, man. But through the spirit, the horses is already prepared. When Yahawashi says, all right, yo, angels, death angels, go out there, perform, your task. That's it, man. Okay? So everything is already prepared, man. But you got to still make the sense out here. People still passing on, man. As if shit is sweet out here, man.
Hey, Jake ain't gonna be satisfied, man, until they run out of chicken and liquor. So once the chicken and liquor runs out, look, this is a judgment right here.
I take that back. Gad was putting the burdens, that was Esau. But Gad, they was more raw with it. They'll grab on the hair of the horse.
That's some weird shit.
Real quick. Oh, this was a oh yeah, my man.
Gotta finish that part.
It says the horse is prepared against the day of battle, the safety is of the Lord. Read that again. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord.
You got to scream that shit, bro.
Read it again.
Say it with your chest.
The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord.
That's right, man. Safety is of the Lord, man. Right? Psalms 34:7, man. The angels encamp round about them that fear him, man. You know? That's why that dude, 21 Savage, which, you know, brother was saying, he's a goddamn puppet, which they all live, man. But, hey, the message is still out there, man. You know, niggas think that they're not going to get the coronavirus, so they think that they're going to be safe just because they're celebrities, man. Right? No evil can befall them because they're damn celebrities, man. Nothing bad can happen to them. But safety is of BaHaSham, Yahawashi. And if you wasn't doing the works, man, if you wasn't, you know, out there in sincerity and truth, okay, you wasn't doing as he told you, you wasn't having faith, man, you wasn't making your body a living sacrifice, right? Knowing that you could be on the news, who fucking cares, man? All right, this place is done, man. We're gonna be in the kingdom chilling soon, man. But if you wasn't doing all that, you look gonna got your back, man. Ain't no respect of persons for you niggas, man. Oh, that's 21 Savage, man. Don't give him the coronavirus. He making music, man. That's Will Smith, man. Don't give him the coronavirus. Man, the Lord don't give a shit about that, man.
The main one, right?
And then the scriptures, but the scripture says he has respect unto the chosen, man. So the Lord only has respect to his chosen, man. He's only gonna look out for his hopeful elect, right? Us brothers ain't gonna get that damn coronavirus, man. You know, Lord willing, I got bus driver got a mask on, man.
And you jumping on his bus like
And the brother saw it when he got out the car right there. They sanitized and walking slow.
shit.
You ain't never seen it before, man.
We goon ass niggas. You know, our niggas is so tough. I'm a goon, I'm a goblin. Niggas got out the car, you know what I'm saying? Henny.
I'm glad you said that, man. The dude we worked with and shit, man. He did 7 years, man. He did 4. He got 3 more because he kept fighting. He got the nerve, man. This get scared, man. He did 7 years, man. He's a tough guy, man. Talking about it could get scary, man. Yeah, well, you damn straight. It is gonna get scary, man. Till you damn 2/3, man. Why? Because you don't fear Yahawashi shot. So now you gotta learn the hard way, man. You should have chosen to fear the Lord before all hell broke loose, man.
Just to add real quick, because you got a lot of these motherfuckers that's doomsday prepping, stockpiling water, stockpiling bread, stockpiling all of these goods and things of that nature. But like the brother just read, safety is of the Lord. And real quick, hey man, y'all could be gathering all of that food up for a brother. And real quick, this is scripture, just to harp on that real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 24. There's nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hand of the Heavenly Father. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? For the Most High giveth to a man that is good in his sight, wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail, and to heap up, and he may give it to him that is good before the Most High. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Hey, what they was doing was vanity and vexation of spirit, man. Because the demons jumped on them, they were fighting over them off water, man. You know, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. You know? This is just the tip of the iceberg. You see, you know, because my thing is that I'm pretty sure that you can still go out here and find water somewhere else. Yeah. You know, it's not that time to where it's that scarce, man. Need be, you got water in your own house that you can try to be able to filter, man.
And all these people was getting water and tissue at all the commercial supermarkets, ShopRite, all the major supermarkets. So you could have just went to the dollar store and got the gallon of Crystal Geyser for $1. Could have got 5, 10 of them. And all that water was still in there. And the water that they're buying is both.
I'm gonna turn it off.
They ain't got no type of alkalinity to it, man. You know, it's tap water. They fighting over tap water.
It would have been easier if they would just bought a Birkin, so.
Hey,
Niggas is able to, like, use your light on this shit. Hey, niggas, don't stockpile chopstick. No, Jake eat chopstick out here, man. You look at chop, you smell, your shit's gonna bleed, man.
Deodorant.
Yeah, deodorant. How you
Ours
gonna
is so-
stockpile deodorant, man?
Hey,
They take it to the tissue.
they take it,
They partially collect it.
water and tissue, but and sanitizer, but it's still soap.
Hey, bro, go by social media.
Yeah, so she
and a lot of these people that are actually stockpiling on food, man. But wait a minute, you get the kids out of school, man. And these overgrown bastards out here, okay? These elementary school kids, they'll eat you at their house and home. They're home all day. They eat you at their house and home, man.
Yeah,
Going through that, the food like the phone says, it's gonna be going in a week, man. They these fucking big ass bastards eat, man. They can eat, man. And they're gonna heal all day. You'll be right back in there trying to, and like I said, hey, you still got bills to pay, and you got a certain amount of money you got set aside for food. Hey, you finished, man.
and it's not enough ass money to buy all that goddamn tissue.
Yeah,
you can get the I don't know what is it. I forgot how many rules you can say. It's like 20, like 26.
Get all that shit. Fucking bounty rolls.
3 weeks or something, man.
Stop being a damn butt.
Niggas got 5, 6 loads.
They trying to buy up for till November.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to go to the store until November the way they buying it up.
And it's the thing, when you stockpile, man, when this Lord willing, when this thing get up, you know, when you stockpile, you're not going to be stationary, man. You know, you're going to have to live like a pilgrim, man. And I read a quick scripture. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child comes forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall be upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. You gotta be, you gotta be like living water, man. You gotta be like lively water, because if you're stagnant, you know, and you're sitting in one place, you're gonna become filth, man. You're gonna get destruction, man. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to go about your way, man. Hey, you're gonna have to sleep outside, man. Hey, motherfucking, you gotta imagine this thing, man. They can have their fighter jets flying across. Just the sound of it flying past is scary. Shake your house, man. So imagine they shooting shit out of there. You gonna be, I ain't going down that way. You know, yeah, man. So you're not gonna be in the house. I got all my food here. I'm staying here. You're gonna die there, man.
You know, see a Black Summer?
Oh yeah, I saw
See,
it.
Black Summer, man. Hey, man, that's beautiful, man. The Lord literally gives you indication, man, how it's gonna be. You know, nobody's staying in their damn house, man. Everybody has to go. People gonna be coming up in their house, you know, trying to kill you, man. It's gonna be dead bodies in that house. You know, how you think you're gonna stay in one spot, man? You know, a lot of people are stupid. You should have bought a bug spray and shit, man. You know, but you buying all the wrong things, man. You got them toilet tissues, man. Jake is simple as hell, man. You know, really, if you get with BaHaSham shop, you gonna get everything you need, man. That's why we're not worried at all, man. Yo, when it comes to being worried, hey, not us, man.
They showing people how to make their own hand sanitizer. You can't, this is dope, man. Make their own hand
I
sanitizer.
can't wait until they cut the internet on you, motherfuckers. Because here it is, you know, you're sharing information how to beat the coronavirus, how to prevent the coronavirus, what herbs you should take to boost your immune system, and all these conspiracy facts that they got going on out there. Like, here it is, like, you don't think the government see y'all sharing all of this information? So, that, and the kill switch bill is a part of the agenda. So when they cut all forms of communication to where you can't talk on the phone, or you can't send an email, or you can't begin messaging, these people are gonna go nuts. They're gonna go crazy. Because what social media and the internet did is make the people handicapped, man. They put on Google for everything. So when you can't look it up on Google how to put some shit together, you gonna be hit. We're gonna be finished, man.
I got a precept. This is Matthew 6:5. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much more better than they?
Right, because birds, they just go about their business, man. They don't really, some of the birds are not really set up to be territorial birds. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord feeds them, man. The Lord provides for them, man. The Lord always had a chain, a food chain going on, man. You know, same thing for what more for His people, man. You know.
Well, you could drop a piece of your bread by mistake, walking up the street.
Yep.
That's because that bird right over there is gonna see it. And
Grab
eat
that
it.
shit,
And
yep.
the Lord had it happen for a reason.
I got full
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, the point is, this is the time of faith. Yahawashi said in Luke, what's that, 17, he said, shall he find faith on the earth? Because all this is boiling down to about faith, man. 2/3 ain't, you know? So it says,
It's Hebrews 10:32. But call to remembrance the former days, in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured great fights and affliction. Woo! A comment, you know, and also you want to, also call to remembrance and the things that they went through. Because, you know, the Most High rained down bread from heaven to feed our forefathers, man. You know, he had crows set up to feed the prophets, man. All right?
Raven, logic.
Yeah, Raven. But
I got something right back.
oh yes, Lucky. In the book of Tobit, man. He literally had an angel, you know, messing around with the fish for Tobit, man. So Lord can literally have an angel come up to you, give you food, man. You can rain it down from everywhere. You can just find it, man. Who knows, man? But you know that we're gonna be taken care of.
Well, but even when the Lord had Habakkuk bring Daniel
said, all things out, because these things got to take place, man. In order for our kingdom to come in, it has to take place. Meanwhile, you got certain Israelites, those of the circumcision, they getting ready for a Passover concert, man. You know, when all this shit in hell's out here, shit in hell is all out here, and you in a party spirit, this reminds me of just as when Yahawashi, before he went through the darkest hours, he told the man to go set up on
Set up the upper chamber in his house?
Yeah, on the upper chamber, and set up the table and there was a Solomon assembly on the Passover that he held, man. And then he went into what? Right after that, he went into the dark hour, man. You know, it got ugly, it got crazy, man. So how can you know, I don't want to take the subject, but how can you be in that type of spirit? How can you be in that type of spirit when the Lord is showing you in your face, and you still in that type of spirit? You getting your best dress on, you want to can't wait to sell your items. Y'all niggas is crazy, man.
Crazy. And we all see that to the spirit. We all see that to the spirit. Selling merchandise at the tables and stuff like that, and all this growth. And we know what kind of spirit are you ultimately going to be in at that time. Right this time right now, what's supposed to be the spirit of growth when the Passover? This is why we already had our Passover. This is why the Lord is showing what can't be filled with, man. GreatMillStone, man. Because we already had our Passover. Don't with us now that we're still in the feast of unleavened bread, man. You know? And the Lord is passing over Egypt right now, man. And smiting it with those plagues, man.
And I say this too because the brother brought it to my attention. You know, you're not having your Passover. What is the Passover about? It's about the Lord passing over. You know, you having that blood upon your blood to exempt you from his destruction. So, you know, you're not having the Passover because maybe the Lord not passing over. Maybe he's passing through. You know?
Yeah, but the Lord is not smelling up their their assumption, man. The Lord ain't smelling up their assumption, man. We did our Passover the right way, the way it's supposed to be, man. It's supposed to be in a solemn assembly, and we did it, man. So now as what a week does, man.
All the month.
Week now, everything has been celebrated, man. You know, ever since we had the Passover now this coronavirus thing has been shifting to high gear to where now, hey, the moves are being made, man. Now now they just got a report that that Spain is a nationwide shutdown in Spain, man.
I was about to grab it. Iran just announced too, within 10 days, the whole country getting quarantined. They can't come out till further notice, and they're gonna go cyberspace. So the whole Iran. I wanted to read it, but y'all brothers in the spirit, so.
And the same thing is gonna happen here in Babylon. Look, right now, it's casting over Babylon right now, man, and spiting Babylon with these plagues, man.
The whole Iran.
Okay, you see?
Crazy.
All right, we already did our sacrifice unto the Lord, and those things, man. Okay, and our deliverance is nigh, man.
The Lord cutting all mirth because a lot of these festivals that are supposed to happen, a lot of these rappers and celebrities, they canceled them all. Lord Bush was having a bash, canceled by Louisiana officials. It's pissed off. Lost about $300,000 that he's not getting back. I believe Dreamville with J. Cole, they had to shut down their festivities. Like a lot of these entertainers that is holding, like they had there's like a vegan festival going on in August. In August, they shutting it down. You know what I'm saying? Even in Jersey City, like the clubs and the bars and everything like that, they can't. Well, they got to shut down at 10 p.m. You can't party at 10 p.m.
And the thing too about these other camps, and we've been telling you, man, here at GreatMillStone, right? The spirit and power of Yahawashi start with our elders and on it down. You got to get away from that. You got to choose the right thing. You got to strive for your perfection, man. And here it is. You can't have a public gathering. These guys, this is around tax season. This is the time they get fat. Then you open your doors up to anybody to come to the Passover. They be having over 2,000, 3,000 people there. So that's going to happen, man. And if this thing turned out to get ugly and this is actually Jacob's trouble, then you're not having no Passover, man.
Actually, they're not going to have it because these ballroom owners, they don't want to be held liable, man, for if anything happens. So they're gonna shut it down, man. Through the spirit of power, Yahawashi, they're not gonna be liable for anything, man. So they're not gonna have nobody front of that assembly, man. The Passover is gonna be shut down, man. Okay? All right, they're supposed to be having it at the Westchester County, somewhere, some type of elaborate place somewhere in Westchester County, IUIC, IGBK. Okay, then you got HOY. Gonna have theirs on 145th and Broke in Harlem at the ballroom, and it's gonna be shut down, man. Okay, the owners are not gonna be taking no type of hit for any liability, man. They want no parts of it, man.
There's no gatherings in New York, man. 500, you're done, man. And it's gonna be even, it's gonna continue to be less than that. You're not gonna, hey, well willing, you're not gonna have your Passover, man. Okay, you can't have a large gathering in New York, especially in New York, man. Matter of fact, that dude on Post Malone. He just had, he let his concert continue to play on, you know, because he's being greedy, all right, for money. And guess what? Everybody's saying, hey, shame on you, man, for having that damn gathering, man. So you don't want to be ahead of gathering people together in large numbers, man. Otherwise, you're going to be demonized, man. And a lot of people are just not simply going to do it, man. So you guys ain't going to have your damn Passover, man. The Lord now went to Passover anyway. Oh, yeah, and me and the brother talk about, man, but because IUIC, you could register starting in November, man, all the way up to April for you to save up 8 weeks paycheck, eight paychecks, man. So that's when you get the whole calendar down and you pay the entryway. You got to reimburse.
You want to get back, man. I know, hey, Yahawashi, you know you lost some money. You know, he got to get that money back, man. I know, hey, man, you got reimbursed. And hey, you know, people gonna be salty. You know, some people gonna put them on blast because they get the reimbursement back. Hey, man, you want to see it.
It also showing you too that you're supposed to be holding your Sabbath off the moon, man. Not a Friday night, Saturday night. Then for you would have kept your Passover correctly.
Right. And it's beautiful that the Lord had happened on pretty much where the government or the state of emergency was on the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man. You know what I'm saying? They're Friday the 13th. I got something real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And that proves that with the NBA, man. That goes to show that they knew this was going to happen. Because even when you go back to Space Jam, what they do, they suspended the NBA season when the Monstars was taking shit over, taking everybody's powers. You know what I'm saying? They had to shut down the NBA. same thing's happening now. That goes to show like everything was exactly predicted program. You know what I'm saying on their end. That's how them devils work. That's how they operate. Because it's like if you take away the NBA, which is great revenue, you know, for the economy. You know what I'm saying? March Madness, the NCAA, which is great revenue for the economy. When you're willing to cut that off, not only that, you got people betting with the bookies. Vegas, FanDuel, DraftKings. Like that's money that's being generated. So if you're willing to shut that down for your agenda, that goes to show that this got to be the end. The mirth is gone, man.
I got to switch precept. This is Jeremiah, chapter 30 and 6. As ye ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child.
It's just the March Madness. All these pestilences. You don't gotta watch TV for March Madness, man. You're living it. Hey, everybody's a movie star, man.
For real.
Everybody is in their own movie, man. Some people gotta play out. Hey, with Final Destination, the movie, some people had to get the group death roll, man. That's a lot of you niggas, man. Some people be the extras, you know. Some people get the hightail in it role, you know. And you never see him again, right? That's the different heathens. Some people get the role that you want, man. Hey, Lord willing, that's us, man.
Hey, Lord willing, we gonna be like crazy legs and don't be a menace. Oh, I'm gonna get out at 8. Y'all getting put to death, man. We gonna be putting scorecards on y'all death, man. Lord willing.
Brother said, you want to go to March? You want to see March Madness? Let's go to shop. Hey, stand in the parking lot. Like, oh shit. I'm reading. It says, ask ye now in season whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his loins, with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into foulness. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Hey, you Jakes are gonna start running low before any other people out here, man. But Jack ain't really got a pot to piss in the window to go out of, man. And here it is, they running out there buying these hordes of toilet paper and water, you know what I'm saying? And they hardly got nothing else beyond that, man.
I saw some fat bitch with a cart full of Doritos and fucking Chips Ahoy. Like, this bitch is just gonna become a buffet for the zombies. Straight up. I got a quick precept if I may. Isaiah 32 and 13. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Because the palaces shall be forsaken, like the NBA being shut down. The multitude of the city shall be left. The forts and towers shall be for dens, and for forever a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks. All right, so all these towers are going to become dens, and when you look into that word dens, the Hebrew there word is mahal, which means cave, den, hole. So these multi-million-dollar skyscrapers are going to become holes, nothing, just caves of fucking zombies and people fucking eating each other.
Second Ezra 16, and I'll start at 22. Second Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning.
It's only the beginning.
Right.
It's only the beginning, man. The Lord is barely warming up, man. Barely warming up. Because y'all still making memes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still taking this thing for a joke. Because y'all don't believe in Bible prophecy. Matter of fact, we still out here teaching. We still out here teaching.
Hey, you had to grow, you had to fucking skate and grow it. Toy tissue in, it was like $10, man. But she ripped it open and gave it one roll. $10 a roll. Toilet tissue. Right out. Who was it? Somebody who fell off, man. We got some nigga, man. He made it skate. He bought a whole outfit, man. A whole quarantine outfit just to make a skate, bro.
Crazy. Oh, Darius DK?
Nah, so it was a rapper. I think
The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
It is the beginning of the movie, man. So it's nigga Jacob's trouble. It's only the beginning, man. You still got a whole lot more what you niggas gonna go through. That's why I don't understand why you panicking yet. It ain't even time to panic yet, man. This is just the beginning.
I was watching 28 Days Later earlier, man. That's when you want to panic.
slowly cutting off each sector, man,
Yeah.
of entertainment and all the distraction, man.
Yeah.
Like I say, hey, man, this is gonna be the hot ticket in town, man. It's truth, man.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that's gonna be correlating with the commentary, with commentary and on what's going on, narrating on what's going on with what he's doing, man. You know, this is why he's gonna have to try to shut us down, man. Because why? Because you're gonna actually see this that's all, man. You know, and it's gonna resonate with the elect, man. You know,
That's the spirit. You said that because the Lord is cutting all distractions.
Yep.
And was it all music festivals, concerts, school? The Lord is shutting down school. Rutgers North is shutting down. The Lord is shutting down people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that's going to be able to remain is this truth. So the Lord's going to make you focus on His word, man. By eliminating all those distractions.
Verse 30, around 30 something.
You know what I'm saying?
hey, and this is the only thing that you're gonna see live and direct, man. You know, right now you can go on the page, man, and pick a page, man. Brothers, hey, it's a beautiful thing. You see, you're streaming through your thumbnail. You see the little red sign, live.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. And then when we look at the backdrop of all our kids, it's always in front of an abandoned building, man.
Yes.
You know, no, we chatting this place down, man.
Hey, quick piece of that. This is Amos chapter 8 and 11. Behold, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to the sea of the Lord Yahawah, and shall not find it.
Why are they going to be running back and forth seeking out the word of the Lord? Brother, this is a minute. Because when you ain't going to get Jake out of the damn apartment, and that Google's still working, man. Esau's going to shut down that internet, and then Jacob's going to have nothing. He's going to go out and find it.
Because what it is, you don't want to know what's going on, what is actually going on. So you're going to be looking for brothers, because you know that we know what's going on. Despite that you despise them, I watch that because you still got entertainment on the unicorn, but on the internet stage. You know, video games, so I said you're not really taking heed, but the Lord is going to force you to take heed. The scriptures say, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea and from north to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. It says, in that day shall the fair virgin and the young man faint for thirst. And he's talking about water. He's talking about thirst of the Lord. His word is about to eat, man. The road, man.
What are these stalkers going to do? They be going around, jet setting, looking for the men of the Lord. Man, imagine when we're taking off the internet, they can't go on a comic board and stalk, man.
Hey, every time something goes on, when it's dealing with the prophecy, they go. But then as soon as it get calmed down, everything go back to how it is, they come back. You know, I'm not inviting them, but where they at? You know, nowhere to be found when prophecy's going on.
Yeah, actually got a preset.
That's why I said I ain't.
This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except in those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So yeah, man, like time is running out for you guys, man. Y'all need to get with the Lord or prepare for slaughter, man.
Yeah, that's all they can do, man.
We're working on April, man. Like,
Yeah.
time is going by real quick,
Yeah,
man. Yeah. This is second Ezra, chapter 15.
Hey, real quick, man, you know, with these kids staying home from school, they're gonna be eating more, man. Hey, that's gonna fill up them supermarkets even quicker, man. You know, Esau know what he's doing, man. You gotta start moving quick, man. All right, because you know you only got a little time left. You know, before the Lord come back, be in the kingdom forever. You know, there ain't gonna be no more pain, no more misery for us. Only for Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, why? Because you gotta say through double unto them, as God has done to us. So hey, you know he got a little bit of time left. He's gonna try to get to a performance enterprise, man. But you know he ain't gonna be able to do it because Yahawashi gonna come in the midst of that.
Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
There you go, man. So that's the case you're wondering why is this happening? Because wickedness, fulfill the earth, man. Matter of fact, Revelation 18:4 says the sins of Babylon reach into the heavens, man. So this place is filled with pure iniquity, man. Why think the Lord's gonna send 200 million missiles here to destroy this bitch, man? All right? It's about America about to turn into a desert because it's extremely wicked, man. Right? It's a lot of pride going on. It's a lot of adultery going on, man. It's a lot of murder going on, man.
Quick precept. Isaiah 13:11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity.
And you want us to feel sorry for you when you niggas are evil?
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Yeah, so when there was on comment was saying, well, you actually want this virus to spread? Yeah, because you niggas are evil, man. Who wants to be around evil all the time, man? We Israelites, man. We're a peaceful people, man. All right? Didn't they even say that about Gad, man? That Gad was giving Esau whatever he wanted, man. He was sharing, right? He was giving, he was teaching Esau things, man. We're a peaceful people, man. All we want is peace out here today, man. Who wants to be around all this goddamn evilness all the time, man? And Jake's so goddamn immune to it. They say they can't even, certain Jake, I gotta live in the city, man. I gotta hear the noise, man. I like all the noise. What do you mean, you got the sirens, man? Siren isn't a good noise. That means niggas getting stabbed, shot, jumped, fucked up, niggas leaking, bleeding, man. And you need to hear that steam. You niggas evil as fuck out here, man. Well, since you need to hear that noise, man, guess what? You're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get all that noise you like to hear, ambulance. You need to hear ambulance at 4 in the morning, man. You need to hear it, man. Niggas is wicked out here, man.
It's like turning a red door.
Yeah, all those movies in one, man. I was thinking about that, man. It's gonna be Bush Kill. Bush, man. It's gonna be Red Dawn. It's gonna be Resident Evil. Okay.
All in
It's
one.
gonna be the Purge, man. Hell yeah, can't forget that, man. It's gonna be what was that on Netflix again? Yeah, Quarantine. Yeah, it's gonna be Black Summer, Containment. It's gonna be all that shit out here, man. It's gonna be The Walking Dead. Okay? All the horror movies. It's gonna be Final Destination out here. All that shit is coming here, man. Cause you niggas need to learn to fear Yahawashi. Right? Why do we out here, man? Why do you think we not falling out, man? Cause we fear the Lord. And we love the Lord, man. We want to be in the kingdom, man. But all you niggas, man, you gonna get it, man. You lesbians, man, you homosexuals, right? You murderous ass niggas, you adulterer ass niggas, man. You can't refrain from touching somebody else's car, man. What kind of wicked shit is that, man? See? You thought that was cool, man. You thought that the Bible was nothing worth, man.
And that movie, The Purge, what's funny is that crazy dude, Skeletor, or whatever, in the last one, that shows that fine ass woman started dancing on him, and he wasn't having that shit. He didn't even care about it. All he did in the last Purge. That he just started stabbing her. So it just shows that all these women that's trying to use that as their way to come up on dudes, get a better job, or get over on their man, or collect a check. That shit is not gonna work in that day. That's why in that verse it's saying, I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughty. Because the hate side, man, and you just see her like with these social medias, how a chick will have 1,000 pictures of her face. So this bitch is so in love with herself that the Lord's not with that. The Lord's not with that pride.
Well, that's how you know she's fat.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. What's with that shit, man?
Esau's very calculated too, and like the brother was going into, it is Jake. They glowed on murder capital. Guess what? Esau's gonna come down on that murder capital, man. Delaware, North, Chicago. Esau's gonna come down extra hard in business. Then I see how part of Boone is, Goblin is in that time. Man. So I'll show you the real Boone.
That's a lot. If I may add too, because a lot of people got these prizes, and now they starting to jet set. See, if they understood prophecy, with everything being cheap as far as the gas, plane ticket prices, they should know that they are actually not in a good case. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to get. Second at 16 and like 18, like 19. I think the point is 20, but you agree? I got started like 19, 15, 16 more things. Finish where you was at. Like 19.
Sorry, 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
That's right, scourges for amendment. So the Lord got all of these plagues happening to get Israel to change. Right. The point is to get you to change. But people's making light of the situation, making memes on the situation, making rap songs about the situation. They're laughing about it. You know? The scriptures tell us how lewdness is the mother of family, man. You know, people are out here lewd, man. Out of control. Inordinate. Everything's out of order in America, man. So that's why the Lord's going to reward you with a famine, lack of food and water. You're not going to even be able to think straight when the Lord is done with you, man. Before the Lord is even done with you. You know, a lot of people going to start suffering from dementia, man. And then when your flesh starts to eating at your own body, then you're going to find yourself in a pitiful case, man. Go ahead, bro.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness.
That's right, they're not going to turn from their wickedness. Here it is, the Lord got a whole plague out here, a pestilence, known as the coronavirus. When I see it, you know what I'm saying, I just think of that movie Fallen with Azazel, that spirit of Azazel, that movie with Denzel Washington, how the demon would just hop from one person to the next person. Yeah, he kept singing that song, time is on my side. Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? It was that demon that was just hopping from person to person, and Denzel was finding himself going crazy, just seeing the spirit hop on people to people. That's how coronavirus is. It ain't nothing but a demon. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's nothing but a demon to have you being infected. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Behold, verse 20, but for all these things they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be a good case.
Yeah, a lot of people spending minutes. They had a round trip to Miami, $31. Frontier flight, $31. You know what I'm saying? Dude I know in the world, he said, hey, girl, don't let that man, don't fall for that man flying you out. Best believe he's still broke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said that shit. I was laughing. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what I'm into, but it's these victuals that's cheap, man. People think that, look, man, fuck it. If I get the coronavirus, fuck it, I'm gonna live it up. I'll make sure I got a beautiful view in front of me. I'll make sure I'm on a sandy beach. And you got a lot of people that's thinking upon that mentality, man. Not knowing that there's judgment for everything that you do, man. You know? Also,
wherever you go, it's possible to be stuck there by quarantine. You know, so you could be, and that's the Lord. You know, the Lord wanted you to go down to Atlanta, and your lot was to be down in Atlanta and die in Atlanta.
That's why people that want to stay.
And you got people going to Jamaica. I know somebody who just went to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? I got this one chick on a job. She got a cruise to all of these different islands. So I'm still going. I mean, you like that movie No Escape, man. Here it is, him and his wife thinking they on vacation, and then they ended up in martial law in a foreign country. You know what I'm saying? You're not able to deal with military experience from another country, man. You can barely deal with the cops here in your own town, let alone being quarantined somewhere or a concentration camp somewhere in a whole other country. It ain't wise to be traveling, man. Anything can fucking happen. You got a lot of these people that want to utilize the victuals being cheap, man.
To land back on all these quarantines, you got to remember the scriptures speak about Esau being a cunning hunter. Yeah. So you got the term called the sitting duck. So pretty much if everything is quarantined and Esau got everybody tucked away in their house, and you think shit is sweet and you just fucking binging on Netflix, that's exactly when he could come in, and because it talks about the enemy coming in like a flood. So he got you with no movement, or you're pretty much a sitting duck, straight up.
And that's why I said I did a video this week that I wanted to put out there. Project Megiddo. This brother actually said it too. Now, if you on their shit list and you're classified as being on a red list, they can either kill you on sight or they coming for you before martial law is declared. You know, 4 in the morning. And if you're on the blue list, they're gonna come during martial law, take you, torture you, and maybe kill you. And if you're on the yellow list, they're gonna re-educate you, man. Meaning they're gonna put that chip inside you and sit you back out there in society, man. You know? So, you know, it's time. And my thing is this, man, people, because I saw earlier this guy, he was doing a live stream, he was speaking about the matters of this national emergency. And people was like, you know, this is not happening in my city and things of that nature. But guess what? These 2 weeks toward the end of this, you're gonna see what's gonna go on. You gotta wait and see. You know?
Shit is a drill straight out.
Yeah.
My brother was speaking on death. You know, and the girl told me, like, she thought she was cool, man. She said, if I die, I die. You know, like she gonna be able to handle it easily. I saw like 25 birds. Now, what if 25 birds attacking your ass? You running down the street, man. You're gonna wish you never said that, man. You're gonna have cannibals out here, man. What if you chain up in somebody's basement and they taking little pieces off you at a time, man? Saying shit like that is not fearing the Lord, man. Because the scriptures say that life and death, poverty and riches, okay, come from Yahawah and Yahawashi, man.
Hey, that's taking pride, thinking that, you know, you gonna go out, you know, with your death. Because look, the Most High said this, Jeremiah 16:4, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. And they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and their carcass shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, and for the beasts of the earth. Yeah, that's the point. So you know, taking pride in this, oh, we all gotta die. You know, we gotta die one day. No, man, you're gonna die of a grievous death, man. This is an important time to be serving the Lord and being in the spirit. The scriptures say, blessed is he that keepeth his garment, man.
Quick precept on that, because there is things worse than death, like the brother's going into. Somebody keeping you alive, taking pieces off you to eat for weeks. That shit is torture. Revelation 9:6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So imagine some shit like that. That's gruesome. That's the fear of the Lord that you're supposed to use to get right in these days. Not talk shit like that.
Initially, that happened with, I believe it was like World War I. They wanted to die because of the position that they were in. But that spirit is going to come back. You know what I'm saying? In today's time. You know, when here it is like a Lieutenant Dan, you know, Forrest Gump, you're like, hey, why didn't you leave me pissed off at Forrest? You probably happy yourself Forrest got the coronavirus. You should have left him there to die. He really wanted to die. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to be honored. You know what I'm saying? He felt like, you know, it would have been honorable if his whole family died and shit like that. He wanted to carry on that legacy. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't meant for him, man. You know, it was not meant for him. And here it is, he can't even get it up. You know what I mean? He's paralyzed from the waist down. Like, there's no use of it, you know?
And think about how long a cannibal's gonna eat off you fat bitches. You know?
Yeah, gonna have a full dinner.
That movie The Road, man. The movie The Road, you're gonna see a lot of militia groups linking up, hunting for people to eat, man. It's gonna get that, like, it is, they gonna be fighting for people to eat, man. That's how bad it's gonna get out here. You know?
Go find one of them people, my 600-pound life, go find one of them fat motherfuckers that eat this shit. They fucking shop for like 2 months on this bitch.
He's still gonna have a damn lasso, you know, in the back of the truck. This fucking boy gonna be driving it. He's gonna have a lasso. He's gonna go right on your ass and running, book me. He's gonna grab you and nick, man. You're gonna be fooled, man.
Like
They were doing that in The Walking Dead. They had them lined up, chopped the heads up, let the blood come out in the bathtub. They took the bodies, they were just eating them, man. They were letting people come in like, oh, this is a home you can come to. Remember that? There's a home you can come to. They let them, and then they were feeding them food, not knowing they were eating humans, man. They found out, you know.
This is all.
Y'all people eating humans already. Go to McDonald's. Yeah.
So Isaiah chapter 9 verse 20, man. It says.
You had that too?
Nah,
It says, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Animals, man.
This is 2 Kings 6 and 26. And as the king of Israel was passing by the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? He said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.
How you coming up with a barter system for your offspring? Coming up with a barter system for your offspring, man. And that happened already. So what? And this is the spookier part. Hey, you gotta stay protected, bro. You gotta stay protected. Love, mask on. But no, it's like it's crazy. Like I was saying, it's going to come a time to where the scriptures say that, like, that's history already. That already happened. But the time that's coming has never been known to man. It's going to be a whole lot worse than hardcore bondage slavery, 70 AD. That particular situation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a whole lot worse than what the Lord got coming, because the Lord got these. What makes it worse is technology. That's what's going to make this whole situation worse is technology. And this madman of a devil called Esau. You know, he's a mad scientist. He got a lot of shit that he manufactured in the laboratory with beasts that's newly created, different pestilence and plagues that he got out there. You can't forget about the flesh-eating disease. He still has that in the laboratory. He just hasn't released it on the people yet. He got airborne. Everything is coming, and what? All of these things is going to be happening simultaneously.
Well, read Jeremiah 16, previous, he had looked it up, previous disease. So you're not going to die of ease, you're going to die with a disease, man.
What's the disease? A disease is discomfort.
Right.
Discomfort.
And then when you continue to read on that, it said by sword, man. So either disease or sword.
Yeah, I got more. This is the last part. She said, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son.
So she didn't keep her end of the bargain. That's what we call it. That's a plan. That's a plan. You know?
Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 17. It says, So I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee. See, so another thing that's coming is evil beasts for you people. Bears is going to be out here, man. You know, different deers, infected deers is going to be out. Hey, they had the zombie deers a little while back. Okay, monkeys is going to be out here. Matter of fact, a while back you had a flood. You had a flood, man, come up in the zoo, and it lifted all the animals out of the zoo, man. And all the animals was free, man. Right? So this is gonna be evil beasts, man. Right? The Lord's gonna decide just to come and get you niggas out here, man. Bigfoot is gonna pop his head up out here, man. You know, the brother mentioned it's a time that the earth has never seen before, man. Okay? It's gonna be so much shit going on, man. That's why dude just passed wearing gloves and a mask. Alright, so you escaped the pestilence, man. Okay? Well, are you gonna escape the evil beast that the Lord has for you niggas out here, man? You saw out there in Thailand, there was 100 little monkeys, man. 100 monkeys rolling in gangs, man. Beating the shit out of each other for one banana, man. See that? So now, guess what? And the reason why they wasn't getting food is because of the tourists. The tourists usually come to feed them. So now that the tourists disappeared, now that there's no food out there, they just gonna start attacking people, man.
Know what I guarantee happens? That ain't nothing but an experiment. The devil got some type of substance and release it and put it on those monkeys to get them to act crazy like that. Because the mind of a human and the mind of a monkey is pretty much the same. They ain't nothing but test dummies to know to really know how to deal with humans. So once they see that was pretty much successful on how the monkeys reacted, now they know it's going to work on the people. Ain't nothing for the trial, right? That's how the devil's opposite.
The precept, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11 and 17. For thou almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, when it not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage.
That's another one, Salaki, man. You know, well, you got cannibals out here that can come savor you, but a bear can do the same thing, man. Grab you by the back of your neck, book it, man. At like 40 miles per hour, man. Bring you to the camp.
They going fast. They going fast too.
That happened to somebody actually, man. They found him in the fucking cave, man. And the bear was snacking. He had to get mad surgery, man. You know, the bear was snacking on his fucking out in the middle of a den, man. Somebody just so happened to find him, man. So you can't just say, well, we all gonna die one day, man. But not think about how, man. You say the Lord's a terrible power, man. You bug the hell out, man. You crazy out here. And the toughest niggas, man, gonna get the toughest punishments, man. You know, you better believe that, man. You say, you know, the mighty you are, and the mightily you shall be tormented, man. Right? So that them gruesome type deaths, you niggas that really think you extra hard out here, man.
Tough guy.
It says, for thou almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, when it not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts.
Hey man, real quick, how can you deal with the unknown? You know what I'm saying? Here it is, these devils, you know what I'm saying? You find themselves like training lions and shit like that, and they got them pretty much humbled to a certain degree because they was able to watch them, they was able to study, you know what I'm saying? They was able to tame them. You know what I'm saying? Because why? They did their research on them first. How you gonna be able to tame something that's unknown to you? You can't, man. Once it's unleashed, ain't no coming back from it. The Lord said well, he was referring to the missiles, but it is, what's that, 2nd Edge 16, what's that, like 13, 12 or something like that? He's talking about the missiles, but the same thing goes for the rest of these planes that we got. Once you send them forth, ain't no turning them back, man.
Verse 5 and 12.
Yep. Ain't no turning back the pledge that the Lord got sent.
Bigfoot, somebody up against the gate, man. Beating the living fuck out of them.
You can imagine, like, the city's gonna be like fucking Jumanji. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a fucking, I can't think of the movie. It was a movie with well, that too. That was it. Come on, I Am Legend or whatever. Yeah, like I Am Legend, and there's another movie with Tom Cruise and it was Jamie Foxx. And they seen like a wolf coming in the middle of fucking downtown and shit. They're like, what the fuck a wolf doing in downtown? So you're gonna start to see the animals. The people gonna be trying to go out and witness. People gonna be fucking up their habitations. So then the animals gonna have to try to migrate into the cities because people gonna be fucking up their habitat. So that's gonna be a common thing. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother said, the unknown, he come around the corner, you just like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? All you gonna just know is like, try to be careful, try to run it, and shit, look at you.
Try to
you
go the other
know what
way.
the fuck to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be crazy. I can imagine that shit, man.
Like Planet of the Apes. It's just like when some white men went over there to their place, trying to, I don't know what they tried to power on something like that. They swooped up on them like, yo, what you doing? I told you to stay over there.
You see G-Man running down the street getting chased by Bigfoot. Hey, stop fuck off.
Sandals.
Don't look him in his eyes, man. You gonna get super pissed, man.
I'm finishing. Unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created. So yeah. He saw like experimenting with different creatures, putting themselves together, DNA splicing, even to this day, they can be new. You know? Hey, the Most High can also just appear something there if he wanted to. Something out of this world, man. It says, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scent of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible smoke in their eyes. Dinosaurs. And that's how we know also the Lord still got the dinosaurs here. You know? So that's something that shoots fire out it's breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scent of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes. So it's a creature that would shoot horrible sparks out of their eyes at you, man. Yeah, it's like something that flies. It says, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroyed them.
Man.
You know? Most I ain't had to play, man.
That's why it's going to be the worst time in your life, or ever recorded, or even known to man. All of these things is happening simultaneously.
Quick precept, Deuteronomy 28:26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Like, that alone is going to cause more airborne pestilences, man. The point of a dead body is to bury it and burn it. And if you do neither or, that's just airborne illness, man. Airborne pestilence. So all of that's going to be happening. You know? Precept.
Jeremiah 34 and 20. I will even give them in the hand of their enemies, and into the land of them that seek their life, and the dead body shall be for meat unto the fowls of the heaven, and to the beasts of the earth.
All you can eat buffet. It's gonna be an all you can eat buffet for the animals out here.
So it shows you the animals playing a major part in this thing, man. Prophecy, man. You know? But you live in the time of Bible prophecy, man. And all these fools out here, 2/3, you can't see it. They're just walking zombies, man. This is literally the movie The Walking Dead, man. You know, you're dead, you're alive, but you're actually dead spiritually, man. And the only thing that can save you is the Lord, man. So we just things, man. Lord willing, this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man. You know?
So with Psalm chapter 17, verse 14, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their heart failing them for a sudden fear, and not looked for came upon them.
I mean, they had a heart attack. Stopped beating because they were so shocked, you know, at the aberrations that was brought before them, man. So the most I could bug you the hell out, man. Just put spirits playing around with you, man. You sitting there, oh God, man. You know, heart stop, man.
Brother, you had worked at that job, the psych ward and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they was so bugged out, because they were seeing demons.
Oh, yeah. They were definitely seeing demons. You know, you got a lot of people that's like homicidal and suicidal. There was one patient, you know, who was shitting all over the place, putting on the walls, talking to familiar spirits and shit. Yeah, seen that shit firsthand. You know what I'm saying? People bugged out, man.
You get bugged out by the animals and stuff. Imagine when the Lord Yahawashi comes on the earth, you see it, man.
Right.
And it's bright, it's great as light. It's gonna be crazy.
On Dabu, about 6 days ago, he had showed a distorted type of video where it showed a chariot bigger than the earth. Matter of fact, I think you had too. Yeah. That reminded me when I saw it.
30 times bigger than the earth.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, every 12, I was like, they know if they have with a short time. I kept saying to myself, what does Esau know? They must be seeing something. Well, the Lord could be up, you know. The Lord could be doing that chariot that big in the earth. That could be Yahawashi the promise.
Hey, but it says in 2 Ezra 13, angel was cut out. Ezra said he saw like a mountain. Well, he said he thought the chariot was like a mountain cut out. You know, he couldn't tell where it started, where it ended. Really, that's a power move from the Lord, man. I see it as a power move. He said it is. Esau think he got everything sewed up. Put the out. I see it.
And it's just funny listening to what, like, somebody outside the truth, like number 7, like Bill Big. The way he described it, he was like, well, it was a giant circular wheel, and then it had a cross and another wheel within the wheel. It's good to say that.
Ezekiel, right?
He made no time.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man.
Hey, Yahawashi is returning, man. The Lord is coming, man. And the Lord set up his men to warn you, man. We're warning people, whether these people believe or not. We're set here to warn you, man. Not the prophets. Have the prophets been wrong? Speaking of prophecy, those that, let me say, those of the hopeful elect that start with our apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, speaking prophecy. This is prophecy, man. It's actually happening before your eyes, man. Yahawashi is coming, man. I got something for y'all. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 1. And it came to pass that the 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the wind thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen unto him. And whensoever the voice went, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it fleeth the fire. So that just shows you that when that cherry spit, man, you're gonna turn into nothing but dust, man. You know? It says, verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was a gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereof or whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Actually, the United States has an agreement with the rest of the world. If they were to be an outside force, an outside alien presence, everybody would drop what they're doing and fight together against it. That's them being afraid, yet there's fight. Those are the armies of all the men of all the nations gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, they're going to turn against the Lord. And also, too, the mountain where you can't see the edge of it, that's where you get that movie Independence Day from. You had that giant, and that wasn't even the fathership, that was one of the little ones. Right. And you couldn't see the end of it. That's how many things.
Real quick, somebody grab Zephaniah 1 and 7. And for an example, how can you fight a power like that? Here it is, like the brother just mentioned, that these armies are an alliance that if there was a outer space invasion, whatever the case is, that they're all rallied together to fight it. You can't come up against a power that gave you that mindset to think like that, because that's prophecy. The Lord is gathering you all to fight it. Right. You're all being gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat to fight the Lord. Because one of y'all ain't enough. He's the man of war. And it's still not competition, but all y'all gotta gather up in order for him to be to receive that renown, man. The Lord said, well, he's going to remove the diadems, man. And there was many crowns found upon his head. That's all of ye other nations that are in a position of rulership. The Lord's going to beat all y'all ass and then pretty much take the power, man, take the kingdom. You know, the scripture say the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, man. That means it's what? It's going to have to happen by force. Read that real quick. What is that? Zephaniah?
It's Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 7. It says, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord power.
That's right. Everybody going to hold their peace because why? That fear and dread is going to fall upon them, man. So they're going to be what? Speechless. They don't have nothing to say. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is at hand. For the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice. He hath bid his guests.
Hey, Lord sending out invites, man. Wow. You know? In order for a goal to be accomplished, sacrifices have to be made. You know, just like Esau, y'all like to sacrifice a lot of these entertainers. You know, I believe Mayweather just sacrificed his ex-wife, baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so-called sacrifice, right? You know, here it is. Y'all want to get this whole depopulation of the earth at 500 million to reach the goal of what your new world order. So everything requires a sacrifice. The Lord has his own sacrifice. The Lord has his own sacrifice, man. And it's going to trump your sacrifice that you have manufactured in the earth.
Hey, because the Lord is using him like he used Pharaoh and made him proud. The Lord is using Edomites for a sacrifice to bring glory and honor to his name in the earth.
Exactly.
And real quick, like when you think about like going back to the other point you said, like they all got to gang up against, you know what I'm saying, like the Lord and all that. When you think about it, look, when you go back to the time of Joshua, what did Rahab say? All nations have heard of you for what you did to Sihon and Og.
I don't know if you know.
So Lord, the tap dance and whoop every nation ass individually. So the Lord like, all right, I whooped all y'all ass. Y'all don't think it's a fair fight? All right, all y'all come and get me at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right, ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get your weight up.
Yeah.
Get your weight up. So the Lord is sending out all them invites, man. He's bidding his guests.
Exodus 10:1. And the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might shew these my signs before them.
Man, the Lord like to show out, man. Why you think Jake is the way they is, man? The Lord let us show out, man. He gonna show you what time it is, man. The Lord is doing it for not us, but his name's sake. He wants his name to be magnified, man. Who don't want to be recognized, man? But it's all about a time and season in which you want to be recognized.
It's like a paint.
Yeah.
You know, if you paint something glorious and nice and everybody's amazed at it, is he going to put his signature on it? If Esau is to put his signature upon the earth and claim that, you know, he's everything. I saw this one clip, not to go off track, I saw this one clip where Esau's arguing with this Jake man about who built the pyramids. And he was literally saying, we did. And the man said, you know that's Egypt, right? He said, y'all was in the caves at this time. How did you build this? He said, we built it. And he was trying to explain it, but the Edomite knew he was wrong. But his thing was he never tell the truth. Because he was pushing that lie on that they built this and they did that. Esau's a damn lie. You devils are going down, man. You will lie to your death, man. It's not in them to speak truth, man. When I watched, I said, what the hell is this? Like, give up. Nigga, it was in the caves. You did not build the pyramids. We built the pyramids. I said, yo, it was like a TV show. It was crazy. Yeah.
Hey, that's why when even when Esau gets all the rubble,
All the
right, he says that he's still not gonna repent. You know, he's gonna be pulled out of the caves by the elect, still talking shit, man. Man, lying to the end, man.
Why there's no pyramids in Europe, man? But you'll see pyramids in Mexico. Okay, you'll see it all across South America, man. Why? Because we the ones that built that, man. Come on, man. You know we're the strongest nation on earth, man. Come on, you would get sunburned like a motherfucker, man. You know, you can't make it, man. All right, there's no way in hell that you can perform that labor, man. You Edomites are on steroids, man. You know, you on creatine and protein shakes, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
This hold that though. This cuts your whole argument of you building anything, right? It's Deuteronomy, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1. This is why they always trying to escape the name of Esau, because Esau just exposes them. It's Deuteronomy 2:1. It says, "Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness." It's talking about the Israelites after our exodus of Egypt, right? "Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord spake unto me, and we compassed Mount Seir many days." Right? Who's dwelling in Mount Seir? Let's get into it. It says, "And the Lord spake unto me, saying, Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn ye northward, and command thou the people, saying, Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir." So how could you be building up the pyramids when in that time you were dwelling in Mount Seir, man? The scriptures trump your whole concept.
And that was where Ham was dwelling at. His descendant, like Ham, the Canaanites and all that were dwelling in that particular region.
Right.
So it's cutting them for believing that they were there in Egypt, but at that same time they were dwelling in Mount Seir. It's not an argument.
Exactly. So and how you gonna be the Egyptian when you was in Mount Seir?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they try to claim every nation, man, with one pigment.
But you do have a lot of those Edomites that say there were two dark-skinned nations in Egypt at that time. You do got those scholars and what you call historians and stuff like that. They actually agree with that too, though.
So how can the Edomites be the Egyptians?
Exactly.
Or even Israelites? It cuts you Edomites, man. It cuts them. Right? And this also proved that you guys were afraid of us. You know what I'm saying? You Edomites were afraid of us, man. What? Since you got the age of technology, you was able to muster up some type of courage.
Right?
Some type of fortitude. So you can talk shit. That's why Isaiah was getting on you devils, man. Talk about should an axe boast against him who you were there with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even want to acknowledge the Heavenly Father. Y'all the only nation who don't acknowledge the Heavenly Father. You know, but real quick, let me read that again. It says, "And command thou the people, saying, Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you, take ye good heed unto yourselves, therefore. Meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land, no, not so much as a footbreadth, because the Lord had to build them devils up as a nation. You know what I'm saying? For this particular moment in time that we in. Because at that point, we was laying everything down. You know, because the Lord gave us a land that he promised us, man. So it says, because I have given Mount Seir unto Israel, it just wasn't the time for that.
This is Exodus chapter 1. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on and let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them out of the land. Verse 11. Now therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them and their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. And it goes to show you that the children of Israel built pyramids in slavery in Egypt, man. Just to land back on the boat, man. You know.
And if you Edomites were really smart, and this proves that you guys don't run anything, because even the Egyptians had the mindset, let's pretty much put a stop to them before they actually grow. You know, there it is. Once you devils realize that this truth was on the internet, you should have did something about it. You should have nipped it in the bud. They got a term, nip it in the bud, because when you nip something in the bud, it can't grow. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all would have nipped this in the bud from the beginning, it wouldn't be an issue for you. But that goes to show you're not in control. The Heavenly Father is controlling you devils.
And just like the bread and right? And how the Lord told us not to touch the seer, touch the Edom. When the Lord could have told Esau and Satan not to leave us alone. Leave us alone. Yeah. Let it be. Because it's the same thing happening again.
You're under orders, man. You got more on that?
I'll tell you one thing, and Edomite wrote this book right here.
I know that's right.
Right?
Let's get that cut. Let's get that.
This is Ham.
Jinsu.
It says he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Quick and to the point, man. You know, that's a Psalm 64:8 right there. Because of this book from the call upon himself, man.
So you know, is that 1 and 7, 9?
Yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 1 and read 7 again. It says, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord power, for the day of the Lord is at hand, for the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice, he hath bid his guests. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Right, strange apparel. Everybody with a false doctrine. Destroying everything that ain't right. Everything that ain't right. You know, we're rooting for it. We're waiting on it. That's pretty much it, though. Yeah.
Quick precept. Ezekiel 12 and 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord. When that time that everything that's been written is coming to pass, where pretty much everything coming to a head, we're in the heart of the book of Revelation, and pretty much every great prophecy from every prophet is pointing to this moment right now.
Isaiah chapter 29 verse 18. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness.
Hey man, that's us, man. We're the one who woke up from this darkness. It's that spoil of the kingdom, man. Because there's so many distractions out here, man. This is a miracle that we woke up to this truth, man. You know, with all the distractions, everything that it has to offer. You know, brothers woke up out of college. Brothers woke up out of a career that goes contrary to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Brothers woke up out of that demon of an adultery, man. You know, because, hey, a regular here saying we heard as far as not laying up with another man's woman. and they'll look at us like we're crazy. But you got another person that can receive it, man. You know, that's in the case an example of seeing through obscurity, man. Because what the world like to do, they like to promote, man. You know, you got that wicked nigga Jay-Z. You know, he said that, what he said? That's high school making me chase you around for months. Having an affair, act like an adult for once. You know, he's promoting adultery, man. And a two there to root that on, like, yeah, that's your hard, man. I'm going after everybody's bitches. That's it. And then, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you call obscurity, though. You know, but you got the elect that's going to wake up out of that mechanism and not be influenced by it. You know?
It was a wicked ass. It's even wicked to say, like, it's a wicked ass meme, man. You know, pretty much it was like, girl, you know, getting a ride or whatever. And she typed it, 4 inches from my last man. You know? And how it feels good and shit, man. You know, but that's the wickedness of this fucking place, man. You know, women jumping from man to man. It's disgusting, man. And that's why all these different plays are gonna come upon this place. Right? And that's why I was going to say, rise up the women that are at ease, man. I got something real quick, because the brother mentioned, you know, the strange apparel, right? We're going to take the philosophies, what you guys, right? So, this is Psalm chapter 14, verse 11. It says, therefore, even the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High, they are become an abomination, and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and are a snare to the feet of the unwise. See? So the Lord is shutting down all these other gods and all that, man. You know, and he's built also through this coronavirus that's happening on the lower level, man. You had a Muslim or Islam scholar, he was talking shit, man, about Moab. He said that's what you get. That's why this is happening, because y'all disrespected Islam, man. Y'all was making fun of the hijacks, you know, and now y'all wearing masks yourselves, man. See? So he was talking this shit, and then guess what? Now he got the coronavirus, man. And now Esau talking shit against him, man. And then even in the news article, they put Allah 0, coronavirus 1. Right? So now y'all getting the score, man. So the Lord's going to show that he
funny ass shit.
He got another dude, he was a so-called Christian, all right? He said, look, we're going to put an end to this coronavirus by praying, laying hands, man. They talk about laying hands on it, man. And guess what? Now he got the coronavirus, man. So the Lord is going to show that he ain't dealing with Christianity, grape juice drinkers. He ain't dealing with Islam, man. Okay? He ain't dealing with Buddhism. Yeah, where's Buddha at, man? You know, Buddha is the gods of the Fuchs, man. Right? Buddha is a fat, good god, man. Right? Why is he not protecting you guys, man? Okay? Yeah, is he on vacation? Is he traveling? Right? Is he asleep? You know? Wake him up, man. And then even Virgin Mary. All right? The brother out there in Indiana, or the other out there in Indiana posted up the video on that, man. Because you Italians are quarantined, your whole country, man. So where's Virgin Mary at, man? Why is she not protecting you guys, man? Okay? So the Lord's going to show you that Yahawah is true and power. All these other gods are false gods out here, man.
Hey, Rudy Ball go there. The basketball player. He was trying to mock with the virus. He had the first virus. He was trying to touch like the microphone and everything, trying to poke around with it. Then he was like, that's all he knows. Hey, man. You guys trying to say mockery with it, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Hey, and there's no throne. And that's when these devils going to, that's when pretty much the infiltration is going to come. Because now America's looking weak. You know what I'm saying? And how you can determine one's country to be weak is its financial system. So once that whole economic collapse, you know, these other countries, Russia, China, you know, North Korea, they're going to see America in this weak nature, this weak position. Then that's when the infiltration is going to come. You know, there's no throne for America.
It says, I goes into Ezekiel 38, where it says that, they try, the Most High is going to give God the evil thought that they should go into the land of unwalled wilderness.
It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And this virus shows you that this place is tender and delicate, right? I mean, not tender and delicate. It says, take them.
You want to touch something that's delicate. You got this nigga walking around with gloves. And a face mask, man. People don't even trust the air around about it, man.
And banning travel to 26 countries, to Europe, and certain places. Why you still allowing people to fly, period?
Right.
Lock this shit the fuck down, so it can't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's gonna be funny now, like how you used to do like Ebola and all that shit, but it wasn't over here. So all of a sudden you just wouldn't hear nothing about Ebola. So how you gonna do it with coronavirus? You gonna say, oh, coronavirus has been contained, and everybody's just gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying?
If the coronavirus was killing you, why are people at their jobs getting tested with a little scanner for it, and if they got a little fever, they send home? Why not, if they have a fever or a cold, with them to the see if they got the corona?
Exactly. And they said Trump was lying. They said people that from overseas, we're testing them when they get off the planes. They said that Trump was lying about that shit. Yeah, that they on the news, all that shit. They said that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like
People are so simple. They really stopped drinking Corona beer.
Yeah, it went down.
And that's manufactured in Mexico.
Yeah, they gonna close the border with a wall.
Hey, people so simple. He was spraying the group with Febreze, man. He said, "Don't stand next to me, man." He said, "Don't stand next to me."
It says, take the millstones and grind mill.
We working.
Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river.
But America's exposed. All this work we're putting in, all this grinding that we're doing, is making America exposed. It's out here naked. And when one is naked, you see their shame. You know?
Represent their strongholds, their secrets, their shame. Yeah. It says verse 3.
And the Illuminati, the strength was in their secrets. You know? They was able to do what they do because nobody knew about it. Now the information's out of the devil. You know? Hell, one of them secrets with your harp system, man. You know, because the earth is the ozone layer is actually in layers. So one way they utilize their harp system to actually see what natural resources is in one particular part of the earth, they send a laser beam out there to the stratosphere and it bounces back. But there's a GPS system on it. So if they want to see what type of resources is in India, they're able to find out by using their harp system. Because the earth gives off a certain vibration like a piano. So whatever, they're able to determine what resources in what part of the earth by the certain vibration that it gives off, and that's how they know to infiltrate, man. You know? That's one of the secrets that these devils have, man. But possess. And it was their strength. But now the information's out.
It says verse 3, thou nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thou shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, and the Holy One of Israel. You know, it's just going into Yahawashi. So he's not going to meet you as a man. Yahawashi cracked his clouds, man. Verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance, and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, ancient hast thou very heavily laid out yoke.
And that goes to show that we was given into your hands. It's only the power of the Lord that you're able to have us in this position, in this particular predicament. So there's no reason for you Edomites to be proud, man. The Lord gave us to you. You know what I'm saying? You're only renting us. You know what I'm saying? And the lease is up.
Job 9 and 24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
Might as well finish it off.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Hey man, I saw a meme earlier. They said if identity theft had a picture, they were Cesare Borgia, man. You know what I'm saying? He covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. You know?
Notice the key word, gift. And it's like a gift. It's like gift something that can take place. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance. I've given them into thy hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid down yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
Some of his sorceries, man, is this damn television, man. Okay? You know, rap music. Okay? He so literally did that to plot to destroy our people, man. Okay? Scripture say he did a diligent search, man. He read, you know, the scriptures and how we're supposed to live, and he takes it and does everything contrary to the scriptures, man. You know? First thing he did, get the father out of the house. Scripture speaks about how the father of the house is a blessing, man, to the house. He got the fathers around the house, man. Then he put this rap music out there, man. He literally put guns in the hood, man. Now they're talking about, you know, the streets had raping and shit, doing wickedness, man. Putting murder within the music, man. That's lame as hell, man. Murdering your own people, man. Okay? Putting adultery within this music. Calling the women bitches and shit like that, man. That was Esau's, his damn sorceries, man, to destroy our people, man. Another thing, now he gave women jobs, man. Now the women are lazy as all hell. Buying McDonald's like it's going out of style, man. Not looking at what their kids are watching. And now the kids are watching shit where their hairstyle is getting made fun of, man. Alright? Esau's putting these little subliminal things in there to make our people hate themselves, man. Now you got Benjamin making songs about them a bleach, man. Them a bleach on skin, man. Okay? So now people want to, and then he set up leaders, man. Greedy ass, wicked ass niggas of our own people, man. 217 told me how he get it, man. Like as if he's rich. You know, nothing bad can happen unto him, man. Well, extra bad shit is gonna happen to celebrities, man. Right? That's why Isaiah 9:6 says, for the leaders of my people calls them to word, man. Meaning you fucking took a damn bag, right? You sold out. So now your people can continue to go off, man. Making this wicked ass fucking rap music, man. You know? Making putting blonde hair with the scripture saying, envy not your oppressor, choose none of his ways, man. Now all of these women, right? The speakerheads amongst our people be having blonde hair and shit, man. Making our people hate themselves. And the scripture say, you know, for pride is what one strives against its maker, man. And pride is uplifted here in America, man. Right? So Esau did a diligent search to destroy our people, man. And that shit worked. And that's why now we out here to call our people back, man. To get them to repent, okay? And say, this is the way, walk ye in it, man. This is the way, man. Alright? This is the way, man. Walk ye in it, man. This is the way that's going to lead to salvation through Yahawashi, man. But guess what? Our people still don't want to repent. So that's why they're going to be put to death in grievous fashions, man. Right? We found this truth, man. You know, we got the truth back, man. We got our nationality back, man. You know, we the children of Israel, man. The scriptures is written for us. All these scriptures is our history book, man. It's the scriptures of our forefathers, man. And the things that they went through, man. Right? And our people don't want to get with it, man.
This is verse 10. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thou wisdom and thou knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou hast not known.
And that's going to prove that your devil is not in control. You know, because these terrorists are going to come upon you. And the Lord said, y'all not going to be able to put it off, man. Somebody hold Ezekiel 28:8. You know what I'm saying? Because you devil is God. You think that you're the supreme being. The Lord is going to show you in that day that you ain't nothing but a moral man. You know? Like the brother had made mention, y'all take the information of the scriptures and go contrary. The scriptures say, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he shall grow old, he shall not depart from it. Y'all like to put subliminal homosexual messages in these animation movies, man, that is designed for children. You know? Here it is, Dwayne Wade, his whole kid is attempting to get a whole sex change. You know what I'm saying? Walking like a whole woman. You know? Calling himself a female's name when he was created to be a man. You know? Allowing that little boy to make that decision. You know, you Edomites put the battery in their back in order for that to happen, man. So that's why the judgment got called. Somebody got that?
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 8. They shall bring thee yeah, 28 now, Slaughter. Wilt thou yet say before him that slaved thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slaved thee.
Right, so the Heavenly Father going to pull you Edomites hard in that thing. Because it is going to play the position that's in the Most High. That's why you really going to mandate that chip. Because it'll give you God-like privilege, so to speak. You know? But that's why the Lord's going to rain upon you while you're eating. The Lord's not going to allow you to fulfill that agenda, man. You know, so when the Lord actually moves on you, He's going to be talking to you while He's whooping your ass. He's like, are you a God now? If you're a God, get yourself out of this position. You know? Like the Roman historians tried to say to the Lord, if it be so, can you get yourself off of the cross? You know, so the Lord is going to allow you to eat them words, man. You know,
Quick precept. Isaiah 10, 1 and 2. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of
right.
my people.
And what's our right? The Bible, the scriptures. You know, Jake don't even know what's judgment, because if they understood judgment, they will know not to be a homosexual. They will know not to get blonde hair. You know, they will know to treat their brother fairly. They'll know not to lie. They'll know not to commit murder. Well, all of these things are promoted in this society, man. You know, and essentially Esau, you know, is the one giving these leaders the privilege to promote this wicked behavior, man. You know, we've got a lot of these rappers talking about lean, rapping about all of these drugs, smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it in their videos. You know, they're promoting promiscuity, the daughters of our women. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. 2/3 of our people is going to emulate that, man.
And I was gonna say, because series that I actually watched, it was Raising Dion. Yeah, I actually liked it, but then I think the second or third episode, I see 2 women laid up. I'm like,
Mother sisters.
yeah.
They always got to put something
I'm like,
homosexual in a series.
And right now, Esau, every superhero or person with spiritual powers, it's a woman. They took the man out.
You notice that the chick who they starring or they put that's Gail Gadot. She's Democrat.
Hey, yo, you know what? Since you mentioned that about the superheroes, they make everybody a woman that's powerful, right? Now they're making the men superheroes up with a bunch of homosexuals.
Yeah. So Spider-Man's supposed to be bisexual.
Real quick, you know, this brother, you know, how people going on drinking and stuff like that. And that's why you had that dude Juice WRLD, man. You know, he died within what he was promoting, man. And that's how you know it's right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 16. It says that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. So here it is, he promoting our people to take drugs, make it look like it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And now look how he died, man. He died from a goddamn overdose, man. You know, he literally had to kill himself, man. He chose you know, because if he would have got caught with all the damn drugs from the feds, he would have did some major ass time. So he popped all them damn pills, man, and offed himself pretty much, right? So the Lord said, all right, you want to promote that wicked shit, okay, amongst my people, man? You know, you want to put drugs on my people, man? All right, babe. How about you take a fucking overdose, a quick overdose, man? Same thing with that dude Pop Smoke, man. I couldn't understand what the nigga was saying, but I know it was a wicked shit, man.
Gang,
right? See? A crip nigga, man. Promoting wicked shit. Now look how he died, man. To another man. Pop his ass, man. So the Lord ain't playing around
in
with
his
you.
own camp. Like, his own people set him up. That's the ill part.
Too, this wicked ass place. It's all confusing. The Lord is ready to take this place out, man. And I hope, you know, there's this thing that on the radio. These cops in New York. I think it's New York. They pushing some type of convention or something. Her slogan is, "There's no strength in gender. Gender carries no strength." Because it's promoting females to be more cops, and you know, basically Esau's trying to normalize you seeing women being strong, and as men you can never normalize that. Just like they're trying to normalize homosexuality behavior. Now you watching the show and they make it seem like it's normal for two women to be in there kissing. You know what I'm saying? So you might come across the show as good, and next thing you know, you find out this chick like another girl. You be like, what the fuck? And then they got a scene where they got to do their little kissing and romance and shit. Because they always got that in the movies, the scene with romance. And then it goes right back to the regular shit. You know, you saw this place is big, man. And Yahawah like this be the beginning of big of something, man. You know, I'm going to continue this and finish it up. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thy enchantments, and in the multitudes of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in thy multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm them, nor fire to sit before them. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thou merchants, from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save you. And that's to you Edomites, man. The Most High is going to take you up upon your pride, man, and see what you made about. So let your astrologers, your stargazers, your witchcraft, let it be your strength and see if it's profit. Because what's coming, because these Edomites, they got this agenda, man. And, you know, they sit here and watch the videos, because they have a computer, which really they learn how to manipulate people's minds by the algorithm on the computer. So it gives them some type of result to say, okay, they all talking about this, but we need to do this and that. You know, that's what they did with the coronavirus. They hearing all these videos, and when you put corona in the title, that's going strictly to that algorithm and according to that category. And they're learning, they're manipulating. Edomites, I'm pretty sure they're sitting back and saying, look, we're doing this. But here it is, they saying God doing it. But guess what? You're doing God's plan too. And we're doing the Heavenly Father's plan too. Because what the Lord is going to do is surprise you in the midst of why you need it. And that's what you devils don't realize. Man. So, you know what I'm saying? So you got people out here that say that we're crazy because we're saying the Lord is doing it. And then they might know some information that, well, they doing it. Because one guy, he spoke and said how the coronavirus is a big-ass hoax. And he basically put his money in some type of stock, some type of shit, dealing some shit. I don't know how it goes. He say he put his money in and he's winning because he predicted that they was going to do this, and that also the vaccine was going to come out of Bill Gates' company. You know, so he was on a point, but he's somebody that probably don't even believe in the Most High. Because why? He knows that. But they don't realize the bigger picture is that the Lord is running the show. It's supposed to happen, man. That's why we say this is Bible prophecy. Don't let this, oh, coronavirus is fake. Oh, I don't know. Did God really do that? You can't let that bug you the fuck out if you a brother that believes in the truth. Because this is supposed to happen, man. You know?
Yeah, and to land back off what you're saying, whether true or not, the earth being given into the hand of the wicked, if Esau says it's the truth, he can move and make legislation on it like it is. So right now, making everyone be quarantined, putting out curfews, this shit could be a hoax or not, but he's still moving like it is.
Yeah, right.
So going back to what the brother's saying, that everything is it's ultimately the Lord. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord will do nothing but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
That means the Heavenly Father want all the credit, man. He's using the Edomites, man. You know, and a lot of you insiders that do watch, y'all know you're being used, man. You know you go against the Heavenly Father. You're not going to microchip everybody in this earth. The Heavenly Father got on King David about numbering Israel, man. So you think you're going to put microchips in everybody, and then you're going to count you're going to number everybody.
Census.
You're going to be able to GPS everybody. You're going to be able to control all things, see all things. You're not the Most High. You're an Edomite, man. You know? A Shashawan, basically, man. The basis of the pit, man. Smallest among the heathen, man. What people don't realize is that they're doing. That's why I said, look, you gotta see, wait to see what these 2 weeks gonna say, man. Because while everybody's home, everybody's out of a job, and niggas think it's cool, I'm just chilling, yo, I like this. And then Trump made mention about there will be no evictions. He even said if you got PSNG in your name, they send you a message in your email or their call and tell you that you ain't gotta worry about paying. Everything is good. You ain't gotta go. I don't know if you got car notes, you gotta call your you got a car note, call your the lender and see what they gonna do. But right now they said that they covering all that. I think Trump said he put 50 million in there, something like that. Yeah, real quick, but they covering everything, right? So meanwhile, while they doing that, what are they doing while you're not on the roads? That's why it's possible they could be bringing in those troops, man, and giving it, locking everything down, and then they release and tell you what the whole thing was about, man. Then you go, oh shit, I knew that shit was what the fuck, you know? This is Bible prophecy, man.
It goes into that boiling frog thing too. Like to boil a frog, you pretty much you got to keep it comfortable and gradually raise the heat on it. So that people are sitting in a boiling pot right now, feeling comfortable like nothing's going on, but this stuff was turning the heat up.
Stop worrying about the coronavirus. You got niggas out here with massive gloves on the coronavirus is a regular 666. That's it. If it was that serious, why they telling people that got a symptom of sickness? You're supposed to take those people and test those people and stop them before if they do got it from infecting anybody else. It's bullshit, man. Stop thinking about that coronavirus, man.
This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. Says, I'll start at verse 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
That's the point. That's a beautiful precept because if you look up why were there riots in Nicaragua, right? It says 2018 through 2020, all right? So this started, it says Nicaraguan protests began on April 18, 2018, where demonstrators in several cities of Nicaragua began protests after the Social Security reforms decreed by President Daniel Ortega that increased taxes and decreased benefits. And the reason I brought that out is because if you've been watching, all this that's happening here has been happening all across the world. That's why we already knew this was going to happen. All this shit about to happen. Riots are going to come to this place, man. When Esau takes away your 401k, your annuities, people are going to riot, just like they've been doing in Spain, just like they've been doing in France, all right, just like they did, like we just read back in 2018 in Nicaragua, all right? So, like, man, that's a beautiful precept.
This is a bad time to get sick, man. And you understand, this is a changing of seasons, man. So when it changes the seasons, I'm telling this brother, you know, when it's a change in the seasons, you know, you're not eating the right food, so you're going to get sick. Then they poison it, you know, with the air and the chemtrails and things of that nature. When you change the season, you're supposed to start eating before the season go out. You're supposed to start eating the food and everything to get your body ready for that season to come in. You know, like for an example, if the long spring is coming in, you start letting your blood out because your blood's supposed to be thick during the winter. So before winter come in, you should start eating apples and things of that nature. So you're gonna get sick whenever it's a change in the season. And meanwhile, if you get sick right now, you got the corona. Come on, man. They get double the job.
Quick. Can't forget about that whole G5 network. 5G network, right? I'm gonna read something brief. The Europa EMF guideline 2016 states that there is strong evidence that long-term exposure to certain EMFs is a risk factor for diseases such as certain cancers, Alzheimer's, disease, and male infertility. Common EHS, electromagnetic hypersensitivity symptoms include headaches, which is one of the symptoms, concentration difficulties, sleep problems, depression, lack of energy, fatigue, and flu-like symptoms. All off of that 5G. You know, so even with that 5G, people love to sleep next to their cell phone. That can also generate flu-like symptoms where people don't think they got the coronavirus.
We spoke about it earlier, like the cover up for the 5G, killing all the people, killing people, getting people sick. They call it coronavirus, but it could be coming from the 5G. Now, I'm not saying that the coronavirus is not real. You're supposed to protect yourself. You're supposed to eat the herbs, you know, fasting and doing things. And, you know, be cautious about shit because it's 60s. You know, people getting sick. But that's just a distraction, man. Of what they really, you know?
Like in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
And that can actually happen within these weeks, man. Lord's willing, man. Because you're going to be home, chilling, watching Netflix, you ain't got to go to work, washing your car down, saying where it at tonight, where it at. You know, you got the taxes, so your pocket's fat. You got a little spin a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Read that again.
It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And that's all due to what? Prophecy, man. So Lord willing, man, this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man.
So Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 10, then said I, Lord power, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people in Jerusalem, saying, ye shall have peace, as the sword reacheth unto the soul. At that time shall it be said to this people into Jerusalem, a dry wind of the high place in the wilderness to hold the door of my people, not to fan nor to cleanse. Says, even a full wind from those places shall come unto me. Now also will I give sentence against them. So, you know, hey, it's a wrap for these people out here. You know, brothers say they're going to be thinking that they're good, right, in their houses and shit, man. But, you know, the whole economy is going to crash, man. Right? They're not going to be able to get food like they want to, and then they're going to be invading one another, man. You know, this place is well wood, man. This be it. So, and another thing, real quick, too, man. Where does they say the coronavirus is going to get better in the summer because of the heat, man? But everybody knows that's a lie, bro. Regular Jakes know that, man. Because even in the hospital, it's cold there, man, so that it can fight off the disease. So it is the death count is at 40 in America, you know, allegedly. In the summertime, it's going to boost up even more, man. You know, if you know, that is what it is, man.
Hey, the question is, what's next? That should be on your mind. What's next? You know, so with that, we want to give all praises to Yahawah,
BaHaSham, BaHaSham, Qadash.
We want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Another chapter.
Hey, you got the revive, you got that. Oh, Renette's right? I think that resurrection.
That was a test.
I wonder if they still got strength.
Yeah, well, actually, yo, listen, yo, it's
It need to be my semi night back.
we just walk out, we just walk back out. I'm going to Burnett to tell her I'm going to club you.
That's right.
Right around.
Oh shit, wait, no.
What you said it into